go. Desktop audio on. We're here. We're live. I'm gonna press play on the ambience bot.
Hello, pancake-shaped ambience bot.
We won't discuss its name on the other server, but that made me feel better when my chronic pain was real bad. Okay, so welcome back everybody to episode 2 of our wonderful D&D campaign. Still no name. It'll happen probably, maybe, eventually. We're calling today episode 2, Rock Candy and Espionage. If you're here for episode 1, you'll understand why rock candy, and if you're here today, well, the espionage is going to be fun. If it happens. Warder might go into a crazy rage and just kill everything, and there might be no espionage. But, quick recap, of course, about halfway through the session today, we're going to take a 10-minute or so break, maybe 15 minutes if we need it, so we can, food, drink, whatever. And besides that, I think that's about it. Is there anything I'm forgetting to mention that you guys can think of?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm aware of.
Of course, episode 1 from last week is uploading to YouTube as we speak under my YouTube channel. And this one will be up on YouTube sometime next week. Beyond that, quick recap. Last time, our friends Har and Zoltar arrived by way of boat to the foggy seaside town of Psychor, where they were almost denied entry due to lacking some crucial travel documents, but were brought through by a kind of messenger known as a dove, who worked for the Order of the Seven, sort of sacred historical order amongst the Bastion. You were brought to Mother Teraya, where you also met with Warder, and you were given a sort of trivial task to walk down the coast a little bit and hopefully find an item from a ship that had possibly wrecked and washed ashore. You were told that, just for going on the walk, you'll get paid 5 gold each, which is almost 5 days stay, possibly at least in a decent inn. And if you can recover the actual chest itself, you would each get 100 gold, which is quite hefty to most of you. You interacted with some of the guilds and learned about them. You met Captain Waveburn, learned about the Seer Guild, especially Har. You went to the Cinnamon Sins Bakery and bought a bunch of candy and chocolate. You got a kite outside, and eventually made your way down the beach, where you fought numerous Shogun, as I like to call them, but they're not actually called. Fish people, really. And you discovered that they had sort of corrupted this ancient shrine to Kalimor, the nature god, in the image of some sort of leviathan creature. And that got you a little bit suspicious. But proceeding on, you eventually found the shipwreck itself, where you were to find the chest, and found that it appeared the ship had been bit in half, and found a massive tooth in the side of the ship. Peering through and actually scavenging around trying to find the box, you caught someone with a sort of amulet in the box trying to open the box, you think. And when you caught them, they fled, dropping the amulet. You obtained the amulet, but lost sight of them. You also discovered a ritual circle somewhere on the ship, where the use of some detect magic and identify lets you know that somebody had intentionally gone on the ship, someone very artful and skilled in magic, and caused this creature to destroy the ship, to sabotage it. With that, you decided it was time to head back to town and possibly speak with Mother Teraya again. And so where we will start right now, the three of you, Warder, Har, and Zoltar, are just now walking away from the ship, down the beach, still keeping your eyes out, preparing for danger from whatever sea creature destroyed the ship, back towards town.
Okay, so as as the group is walking through the fog, is it currently? I think Zoltar was holding the I forget
The
the
fog
name.
fire
It was
lantern?
Pretty
the
much
fog
holding
fire lantern.
everything.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
I
is
am holding the lantern
holding the
still.
fire lantern. And who has the amulet?
I believe I do as well.
Because you discovered that amulet, and someone,
Yeah.
I believe it was Har, used their
Har
knowledge of
had-
crafting to realize that
Right.
whatever this amulet was looks like counterfeit isn't the exact word, but it looks like someone is trying to recreate something and hasn't exactly gotten it right yet, because the amulet you have, there's certain things that are obviously not how they're supposed to be, and pieces that are cracked that just look wrong. And of course, Party. I did send some sketches earlier I did in my free time of
Yes.
the circle, the signet ring you saw, and the amulet itself, for you guys to remember.
Love that.
So Har, as the group is walking through this very foggy, like shore/coastline that they are walking through on their way back to town, is kind of thinking about the shipwreck they had come across and kind of the implications of what's been revealed, and is just kind of contemplating a little bit before looking to Zoltar and Wartor to the side and kind of uttering a bit.
What's up, little
There.
buddy?
I wonder what really happening.
You have any idea?
No. Shipwreck. Desecrated. All sorts of non good happen.
Well, it
Shrine
was definitely
also
not
desecrated.
natural. That's what.
Yes. And and Har is just like he doesn't exactly know what's happening. And he knows that just something is not right. But at this point he's like, I guess we should just get back to town. Well, Har say go back to town, get rests, talk Mother Triya.
Well, ask her if she knows anything. I'm pretty sure somebody in town's gonna know what's going on around here.
Okay.
Also,
Oh, sorry.
um,
Back to it. Go ahead.
also, Sierra Guild might know something.
That's what I was thinking.
Is there anything else anybody would like to discuss or do on the way back, or would we like to skip right to getting into town?
Har, after wondering about this, will look to Zoltar, and does notice like the spots on Zoltar that had been damaged and repaired by Har's just attempting to mend him, because in that he is kind of a construct alongside being like a living being, and he's like thinking of, of what it's like. He's very curious about this, but he's not exactly sure how to go about starting a conversation. So he's gonna be like,
You know, some
Zoltar.
people in my town, Tar, would say that it's kind of rude to stare, but something's clearly on your mind, little buddy. Wanna
Ah,
talk?
Har curious how Zoltar feel after damage and repair.
Well, I could say that I feel a little bit better than I would normally feel, so I guess that's good.
That good here. Har unfamiliar with Zoltar type.
I'm familiar with the Warforged.
Yes. Har not very familiar with many things. Hear of tales and story, but have not traveled too long. And Har will also look towards Wartor. And he's going to he's going to pay attention if Wartor, if you've noticed if Wartor has eaten the rock candy he gave him earlier.
I have eaten the wart. I have.
He is just kind of awkwardly staring at Wartor at this moment, though.
Tar, what did I tell you about staring?
Wartor rock candy. Rock
I
candy good.
Rock candy is good.
Rock candy very good. And Har is just he's at least very satisfied with the existence of rock candy, and and that he has obtained it, and that it's generally, at least that even with all this that's not been going on, that's not so great news. He is happy that at least there is rock candy.
And as you guys are discussing these things, you do eventually step past the wet sands of the coast, back into Psychor itself. And where are you heading in Psychor?
We check Lady Taraya first, right?
I think we should get an answer about this amulet, then return the platinum box.
Well, you don't have the platinum box,
We don't.
of course.
We didn't get the platinum box.
Oh, we didn't? I
Whoever
swear
dropped
we
the
had
amulet
the box
had
empty.
the box.
Right, okay, I'm dumb.
Yeah. So they dropped the amulet that they were trying to seemingly open the box with. You caught a glimpse of the signet ring that they are wearing. The symbol looks suspiciously like the Seer Guild's symbol, but with like a star in the middle.
Okay, I forgot. I swore last time they had dropped the amulet, left the box behind, but also took what was in it.
No, they were unable to get it open with that amulet. And considering that now, it's probably due to the fact that it's flawed.
Har want check Lady Taraya.
I think we should go talk to our... What do you call him again? Boss?
Okay, you guys head through the perpetual heavy rains and gentle mist under the dark gray sky. At this point, it is roughly 8 p.m. at night. So while it is kind of in the summer months to fall, it is still bright, but it'll be quite dark very soon. You head to the Boresian Plaza, specifically to the central area with the statues of the Seven, where you found Mother Taraya last time. And you do in fact spot her still doing her perpetual job of cleaning the statues and managing the area. For those of you that don't know, Mother Taraya is an elderly woman with beautiful dark skin and a long kind of white silvery braid banded in many spots. and she wears a gray kind of robe and pants with a gray vestments and 7 gold bars across the vestments. And she is currently just bent over scrubbing a tile near one of the statues.
So I guess the group is just going to walk up and try to get a hold of Mother Taraya's attention. Har just kind of um, kind of just like walking along and approaches Mother Taraya. Say, Mother Taraya, Har, Zoltar, Wartar, return.
Hey, back so soon? Were you able to
Yeah.
find the box?
Well, yes and no, ma'am. It's kind of a long story. Do you have a moment?
I've got a lot of moments.
Alrighty. Well, we investigated the shipwreck, found some troublemakers who made off with the box, but they left behind something they were carrying, this amulet here.
Do you hand it
We
over
were
to her?
unable to retrieve the box, but Har here had pretty much saved the whole day.
Do you show her the amulet, or are you just kind of hanging on to it?
Oh, yeah, I pull up the amulet and just hold it in both hands and putting it in front of her.
Reaches out a hand for it. Well, that's very peculiar. Do you mind?
Well, sure, go for it.
She takes it in her hand, rubs her thumb over it, looks at the sides. You said somebody had this and the box, and they made off with the box?
They were trying to use it as a key or something. They were trying to
Yeah, that sounds about right.
wedge it. I'm not sure.
This amulet is a replica, if you will, of a very special amulet to both Psychor and the Lord Morgan, the god of creation and invention. And that box has a very special artifact inside. A piece of an emblem related to Galantria. If you know what it is, you know. If not, I can't say, but anyone who would be trying to get that outside of the Order of the Seven is bad news. Give me just a moment. And she reaches her hand back and she touches. You can see that all of the statues, they have a sort of pedestal under them that holds a big bronze bowl. And the statues cry this sort of silvery liquid. As Werder and Barius would know, every so often, all of the statues cry, and the priests use the tears that are collected for a ritual called the calming, which is how they make the fog fire lanterns. She reaches her hand into one of the bowls and dips her finger in it, and she whispers under her breath, almost silently. So, I'm sorry, I know you're all very new here, but again, I'm an elderly woman and I don't really get around too well anymore. As I originally said, I would pay you 100 gold each to cover the box. You still need the box. But we're willing to up your pay to 160 gold each if you can recover the box. I don't know who these people are, and I don't expect you to put yourselves in danger, but
You were saying something, Har?
I think something not quite right. Zoltar saw a ring on
Oh,
mysterious Yes. Zoltar,
Well-
what see?
Zaltar would ponder for a moment, thinking if this information would be any sort of relevant whatsoever.
While Zoltar is pondering, Harsman, while Zoltar, remember, shipwreck have not good signs.
Like
Har shipwreck have giant tooth sticking out. Also, shipwreck have a circle, some kind of circle drawn, and Har, he had, uh, does he have like a loose way to like draw? Because he wanted to. I remember at some point he wanted to like take a mental note of it, but I don't know if there's like a way for him to write it down
Do you
anywhere
have
or
any sort
scribble.
of stuff like that, or illusory script as a spell?
I do not believe so. I guess Har will just say, Har find circle. Har think use to summon beast to destroy ship.
I would assume that would be attached to the same people who took the box. This may be deeper than we understand.
Oh, right, that's what I was thinking of. The ring on the guy who took the box, he was wearing a ring that kind of looks like the guild, has the eye on it. What was the name of that place again, Har?
Seer Guild.
Yeah, the Seer Guild. It looks like their logo, but with what was it? It was
Star.
yeah, it was a star with I think a circle, a pentagram. I think, I don't know.
It was just a 5-pointed star inside.
Might have just
the
been a
pupil
star.
of the eye. Well, there's a lot of different guilds and groups that have, different organizations within them and branches, cults, sects, things like that. That is worrying. I have a lot to think about. You guys have just gone on quite a long journey, and obviously, by the sounds of it, had quite the fight. So, why don't you go get some rest at the Ogre's Respite or wherever you like, and perhaps we can talk about this again sometime soon. My offer still stands. 160 each if you can bring me the box.
Har,
And
Har,
here, have this, and she hands you back the amulet. You might need that.
Har nods his head, and you go, before Har forget, he's gonna open his backpack and dig through it, and he's gonna bring out a stick of rock candy. Har find tasty rock. Mother try here rock, and he's gonna give one of his rock candies to Mother try.
She happily accepts it. It's probably her dinner of the day. And she adores you because you're like a grandchild. You're
It's
just
gonna say it's just like
you're like a grandchild. Just automatically.
let's baptize you in like the freaking ice statue thing, just dunk you under the pool. Immune to the fog. Be gone, forgotten
It's
child.
just
Har is
Human
very-
Torch but purple.
Har is very excited about the existence of edible rocks. He's just elated to share this new discovery in his
I
eyes.
like edibles. Wait, what? No.
Rock, tasty.
So where are you guys going?
Zoltar would take a second look at his group, thinking that they would definitely be strong enough and able to hold their own. Well, I'm in for this box if you guys are.
Har could
Yes.
use money. Also, travel Har must do anyway.
I heard money.
Well,
Har also would recognize the holy symbol of his god on the amulet,
Oh, I did not know this was a thing before.
though it is imperfect.
Hmm. So he notices when Mother Triad passes the amulet back. He notices
Yes.
it on there. Hmm. This amulet this amulet situation is very perplexing to him. He's just going to he is this does motivate him to want to find out more about what's happening. And
You guys are surrounded by the market. It will close soon. But you've got the night ahead of you, and you will need a place to eat and sleep.
Harwan, look market little.
I'll go with just to keep you out of trouble.
What are you guys looking for?
Har would like to look for he's going to be keeping his eye out specifically for a stall that is selling raw mineral and metal components. There is something he does not have that he would very much like to have on his travels.
Okay. You go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Investigation check. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see.
If Zoltar is helping you, you can have advantage.
I'll help the little guy look.
Har,
Uh,
look for metal and mineral.
How do you help him, Zoltar?
I lift him up. I reach my arm down. I wrap my large arm around the waist of Har, and I just lift him up and just hold him up above my head so he can get just a greater height just to see down on literally everybody in the crowd.
I imagine
walking
like someone in the
through
distance
shops.
just sees a little submarine like periscope, just like whoop up, and it's just little heart eyes just scanning.
What did you say? I get a plus, or is it advantage, or
Advantage.
advantage? Okay, roll the other die. And this is investigation, you said?
Correct.
Investigation. Plus one. 19 plus one. 20.
20. Okay, you
Dirty 20.
do in fact find a market stall that seems to have what you're looking for. Let me quick find my notes here. It is a sort of long table with a tent up over it and a couple racks around it. And there's all kinds of random like trinkets and items and gear, seashells, food, candy, kites, fireworks, just everything. And you can see standing behind the table, the merchant is something you've never seen before. They seem to be like an egg-shaped blob made entirely of mud, with sticks poking out in random places with random directions and leaves somewhat embedded inside the mud. In place of eyes, there's just like sea marbles that you assume are probably placed there just to give you something to look at.
So Har sees this stall run by his creature, and Har is going to approach the stall and get a closer look to see if it has the kind of specific metal he's looking for.
What are you looking for?
Har wishes to, very much misses having access to a pick and would like to craft something of that nature. So he's keeping an eye out for the metal required to make one.
A pick, you said?
Yes, like a pickaxe.
Okay. Are you looking to make like a, just an iron one, a steel one?
I'm not familiar with what ones are available as far as making a pickaxe goes.
I mean, technically they're all the same, so it's really up to you, and we can add a little bit of flavor depending on what metal you find, how durable it is.
I guess he'll look to see what. I guess he'll approach the shopkeeper, and I guess he'll see what stock they have.
Okay.
So Har will approach the
Roll
stall.
You do see chunks of raw iron. There looks to be pre-mixed like brass and bronze. Sorry, not brass, just bronze. And there does seem to be a couple ingots of like a multi-layer kind of Damascus steel, but not exactly different colors.
Ooh.
Damascus steel. I feel like I should look up what that is.
It's not exactly Damascus steel, but it is a multi-layered steel that instead of being made out of one raw piece of iron, it was made out of multiple layers in different pressurized intensities of metal. So it has sort of a weird wave pattern in it.
Oh, that looks cool. I just looked that up. That looks interesting. Har's going to look through, and he's going to look at the copper and the mask is to say like, "Hello,
Hello.
Har, look for ore to craft pick. Har interested in wavy metal and copper."
He reaches over and you see like mud just kind of extends out into a four-fingered hand, and it touches the sort of Damascus like, and he goes 100, and then touches the copper and he says 50.
50 gold.
Yeah.
And Har kind of looks at his buddy. How much other metal?
The iron.
Yeah, it's like Har. Yeah, Har just like looks towards the other ones. He's like, I can't afford that. he's like, I don't got the money for that. so he immediately just looks towards the other metals.
He points at the copper and then just kind of waves over the rest and goes, more.
Zahar, after looking at these, he's going to look at just he doesn't have enough money to buy anything. Would carry
just
pick.
a second here, because he might have a small pick.
Yeah, Har's gonna ask for a pick next, specifically if he sells like a pickaxe.
The muddy hand reaches down behind the counter and pulls out. It's like a foot long, and it's kind of just like one long curving spike rather than like a whole pick. And he goes, 3.
Har take, and Har reaches into his bag and takes out 3 gold and hands it over in exchange for pick.
He takes the gold and sets it in a basket next to him, and he points at himself and he goes, Burke.
I couldn't quite hear it. What was it?
Burke.
Burke. Nice meet, Burke. Thank you.
Night.
Night.
You watch as he just kind of goes from this semi-humanoid shape to just a pile of mud on the ground with a bunch of sticks and leaves in it.
Har has no idea what he just witnessed, but is completely fine with the situation because he has a pick now.
Zoltar would be standing behind Har this entire time. His arms would start shaking to be like, did that man just disintegrate into mud? Oh god! He just run away.
Golly me! Passes out.
Lots new people for Har to meet. Har is just he's very curious about so many new sights and people he's run into that he's never seen before in his life.
Where are you guys headed to now?
I'm going home.
Har hears this and is like, so Har Zoltar no buy. What about Wartar?
No bye.
If you didn't hear him, he said no bye.
No buy. Ah,
Max, you're very quiet.
I'm gonna raise
I
Burzler's.
apologize, my mic is down.
I have him at 200%.
Okay, I'm gonna raise that. There we go. Now I can hear you a little bit probably.
Are you guys heading for the Ogre's Respite then? Which is, of course, the inn that you have been staying at with various Border.
Har looks. He's going to look at Zoltar. Need fine bed for night.
Zoltar. I don't know what my thought process is right now. I'm still thinking.
Zoltar's thought process. It's Zoltar.
Zoltar would do a double take and still thinking about that disintegrated man. What was that, buddy?
It get dark. Need fine bed for night.
Oh, right, we should head back then.
Zoltar, you're immediately caught off guard by the sound of a burp in the mud, like, bubbling.
well, let's get out of town. Let's
Alright.
just head back now.
Back where?
Let's head back to the rest pit.
Eh?
The way you say
Anywhere-
it sounds like cesspit. And so-
Anywhere away from here is fine. You lead the way. I'm gonna just follow.
Har no familiar. So Har looks towards Wartor. Wartor no place.
Wartor doesn't know.
Wartor does, because Wartor has been staying somewhere.
Right, yes.
So you
Wartor
guys-
does know.
Make your way towards the Ogre's Respite. Those of you who've been staying here, Barrios and Warder, would know this building to be known as, generally among the populace, the oldest building in Psycor. It is owned by the Harmon family, a sweet elderly couple, and has been running as long as anyone can remember. It's a triple-story building, has about 10 rooms to offer. Each room has its own balcony that you can see kind of extending off from the building. They have first and second class dining with, for those of you that have eaten there, very different quality of decoration between the two dining areas. So you guys head for the respite, and walking up to the building, it has that sort of post that comes out above the door with a big hanging sign that says Ogre's Respite, and it has a poorly kind of cartoonishly drawn ogre head drinking from a tankard and burping. And these two big heavy wooden like swinging doors that don't quite latch. As you guys walk in, there is immediately around you a number of sort of tables and booths like your average tavern. And then you can see steps up and a sort of separating glass door that leads to a finer dining area. There's a wooden counter directly across the room from you. That behind that you can sort of see part of the kitchen, and you can see the two elderly folk kind of moving around the area. One of them is cooking, one of them is running the counter at all times. And then there is stairs that probably lead up to the rooms between the two dining areas. Barius, you were enjoying, finally, the peace and quiet, having a meal, when you see Warder Kabalob, the person who you've been staying with, walk into the tavern. And following behind Warder is a small lizard person and a very large metal robot person. And frankly, they're probably all covered in blood right now. But, like, purple blood.
Yeah. Just when I thought I could get some rest. What
You,
what
of
can I do
course,
for you?
hear the sound of your companion, if you will.
Yes, we need a place to sleep.
Max, we can't hear you.
You might want to speak up a little, man. No one can hear you from down there.
Various, we need a place to sleep for Zoltar and Har.
Well, they may have some extra rooms. Why don't you go up to the counter and see if there's any vacant rooms available?
Har sees Barius, and he's never seen a bird person before. And Har is going to walk up to him and give him a greeting. Har, that nice to meet Barius.
Hello, Har. Very nice to meet you. And I reach out to shake his hand.
Har
He
is
is, by
going
the
to
way, like 2 foot tall.
Har is going to reach up as far as he can, and on his tippy toes, try and shake your hand.
Barius gets out of the booth he's sitting and crouches down to Har's height to shake his hand.
While that's happening, Zoltar, are you walking up to the counter?
No, I am just gonna be standing next to Har.
Okay.
Barius, friend of. I'm forgetting your character's name. I'm
Warder.
blanking. Help. Barius, help of Warder, friend.
Oh yes, me and Warder have been staying together the past few days after we've gotten off the ship.
And then Har once again digs through his bag and pulls out a rock candy. Rock.
By the way,
Friend of
it is painted with food paint to look like actual minerals.
Barius graciously accepts the rock candy.
Tasty
And-
rock.
Well, thank you, little man. I very, very much appreciate it. And then Barius takes a bite of the rock candy
With his beak.
with his beak. Yes.
Match!
What breaks
Sharks
first,
go
the
everywhere.
candy or the beak? It is quite delicious.
And then
Zoltar.
Barius,
Oh, go ahead.
Barius turns to Zoltar and introduces himself. What? So who are you, my mechanical friend?
My name is Zoltar, but you can just call me Zoltar. I've been, I guess, hanging around these two for a little while now. Pleasure to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. I am quite puzzled though why all of you are covered in blood and mud, as it would appear. But
Oh yeah, we were on a quest. We killed some
Okay.
fish people.
Fish
I
people,
gutted most of them.
Fish people attack. Dirty now. Har need cleanup.
Well, it is very nice to meet y'all. If they are not any vacant rooms left, you guys are very welcome to join me and Wartor for the night.
Well, if you got a closet I could just power down in, that would work too.
Yeah, our room does have a closet. Yes.
I don't take much space.
Well, it's a wardrobe,
Probably
not a
save some
closet,
money.
but, you know,
Wardrobe.
it works.
Wardrobe, closet, same thing.
if enough space, if share room, Har can help pay room.
It will be a gold piece for the one room for tonight. You have yet to pay for tonight.
Barius looks down at the gold in his pocket. I do have enough gold to cover at least a few nights. I wouldn't mind just paying for y'all for the night. It is really no trouble at all.
Well, if we become a little bit of a burden, we can always take turns paying.
You hear some drunk guy go, "Bird didn't get it because he's a bird."
Har,
Okay, wait, hold on. Wait, pause for just a second. I cast hideous laughter on the guy and yell back to him, "That joke was foul!"
Okay, let me... Natural one. He just starts rolling on the floor laughing. like very badly, like hitting his arms off the table in the bench, just like rolling back and forth, scream laughing.
Barius is trying and failing to hold back a very strong laughter fit.
Har looks at what's happening and he doesn't exactly knows why this guy's laughing so hard. Like he gets it, bird, but he doesn't. It does not click with him at all. Why that would be funny, or why this guy's laughing as hard as he is.
Mr. Harmon from behind the counter kind of waves at you, guys that just walked in, and says, "Can I help you guys around here?"
Hi. Har waves. Har. Har Zoltar stay with Barius. Is place clean up? And he's gonna look down at his like armor and stuff, and he's like all dirty.
Various, you do know that your room has a water basin,
Okay.
so you can clean up in it.
Barius calls out to Har from behind him. Yeah, Har, our room does have a water basin if you would like to clean up.
Har can help with clean.
Yeah, of course.
It's
And
like
food for you guys tonight.
What was that?
Any food for you guys tonight?
Yeah, I'll take some food. I haven't eaten in a while.
Are you looking for the just general meal, or are you looking for some finer dining tonight?
Just the dinner meal, please.
Okay, that'll be 3 silver pieces per person.
Okay.
Or actually, he would say 3 len per person, as they're called here.
Har not hungry moment. Lots of rock candy. Tasty rock.
Yeah, you did eat quite a lot today, but I don't really need to eat ever.
Yeah, I'm good.
Zoltar just shrugs because he's
Mortar
like
is not good.
never really had to eat.
Mortar has not eaten today.
We'll take a dinner.
This session is just Max saying something and me going, no, it's the opposite of that. Yes, everybody must eat 1 meal a day, or else they shall suffer the consequences.
But I don't need to eat.
Or, well, you don't count. Because
Yay!
I punish you in other ways.
Oh, whoa. I'm kidding.
There's downsides. There's other downsides for being a construct. It's got its up and downs.
Such as the fact that you die way easier.
Barius looks down in his little pouch of where he keeps his money, and realizing that he only has gold and not any silver pieces.
Har.
Well,
Har
I can
looks.
exchange your bastion for some land, no problem.
Oh, okay.
So if you want
I
to pay for 2 general meals, that'll be 6 silver. So if you pay with a bastion or a gold piece, he can hand you back 4 silver.
okay. Barius hands over a gold piece and receive to pay for both his and Warter's meals.
Okay. And it takes a little while, but eventually they do carry out some trays of like steamed mashed potatoes. Well, not mashed potatoes, but steamed potatoes. Boiled, really, but they call them steamed because it sounds fancy. And just some roasted beef, steamed carrots, stuff like that. Simple, hearty meals.
Barius, who has not eaten all day at this point, starts immediately eating as soon as the plates are placed down in front of him.
Is there anything you guys will be catching Various up on about today's journey? Or would you guys like to go ahead and get to going to bed?
Har looks over to him eating, and sees that he seems to be really hungry right now. And rather than distract him from his meal, Har and Zoltar get clean, talk to Wartar and Barius after. Where look for room.
Barius, without looking over, pulls a spare room key out of his pocket and drops it on the table in front of you guys.
But which room?
The brass key at the end of it, instead of a ring, it comes out into the number 3.
Har sees this, kind of nods and picks up the key, and looks to Zoltar and say, "Clean." And then
Yeah,
he starts.
I guess we should get some cleaning.
Okay,
And
Zoltar
they-
shall follow Har.
you guys head up to the room while Barrios and Mortar finish their meal. I assume after you finish your meal, you join them up there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any discussion you guys are going to do after you clean up and whatnot, or are you going to head straight to bed?
Har is going to get cleaned up as best he can up there, and he's going to, while he's waiting for Barius and Wartor to make it up to the room, he's actually going to. How does this work again? Where is there's something he wants to do? I don't know if I can be allowed to use it for this, but Har would like to. He's not able to. He's very happy he got his pick, but he's not able to make anything. But instead he's going to attempt to make something just to keep fresh with the spirit of crafting things. And he's going to take out a piece of rock candy and he's going to try and change its shape using he's going to channel divinity, artisan's blessing, and just try and make like a simple like change the shape of a rock candy into a different shape. Basically, that's what
Does that require metal or anything, or will it work with any material?
It says you can use channel divinity to conduct an hour-long ritual that crafts a non-magical item that must include some metal, a simple or martial weapon, a suit of armor, 10 pieces of ammo, a set of tools, or another metal object. I guess it's a rock and not metal.
Well, the
Or
rock
candy
candy
in
is
this case.
sugar.
Yeah, it's sugar. So I guess it doesn't count.
I mean, if we want to get super technical, sugar crystals are technically crystals which are in the rock category or metal category, but they would, like,
Crystals are not in the
scientifically
metal
speaking,
category,
it is
scientifically,
still
but,
food.
But it is not going to work with the channel divinity set.
Yeah, it's not. He can't make it. So I guess Har would just stare at it for a bit and just realize he can't make anything with this, and just leave it there.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, I guess while they get clean, if the other two aren't back at the room, then Hara would be up for heading back down to see if they're still eating, unless they got
Oh,
back.
they
up to
will
the
be
room.
heading up at just about the time you're done getting fish blood off of you.
Zoltar would stand over the basin, very confused as he's never showered before and only just kind of quickly walked into the ocean water. And he would just like he would just do like a full like flat A pose, bending his elbows and knees a little bit before just face planting forward into the basin of water.
Oh, it's not like that. It's a bowl of water. It's a big bowl of water. And a cloth. So you have to like
Oh, so it's
wipe
more of a
yourself
sink.
down. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys get cleaned, you
He will then just dunk his face
lay
into
down
it and just
for-
hold it there.
Oh god, he drowns himself.
I don't need to breathe.
Is there anything
Various.
else anybody would like to accomplish before you get a long rest?
Har would like to talk with Darius when he makes it up to the room.
Barius, having finished eating, walks back up to the room and walks in and sits on his bed.
At this point, Har is just kind of like walking around, like just like with the towel or cloth, just like around and say, Darius back.
Yes.
Zoltar, his face underwater, he says blub blub before pulling his head out of the water, finishing cleaning up, and then sitting on the bed next to Har.
We just hear bubbles coming from Zoltar's direction in the corner of the room. Har goes, Darius. Is Wartor also come up along with Darius?
Yes, they came up together.
Okay. Did Wartor tell Darius of happenings of today?
No, I'm still completely unaware of why you guys are covered in blood and mud.
So, and then Har is going to try and go and give, like, Darius a rough, like, general idea of, like, what's, like, the actions that have had today, how Zoltar and Har are just recently arrived in Sekor, how they ran into Mother Taraya and how she gave them this job of finding the box, and how they traveled and found the shipwreck and hooded figure and their encounters with the fish people, and how they headed back and how they were offered a higher pay per person for finding said box, and just kind of caught them up to speed with just the general happenings today.
Barius, after listening very intently, well, you guys have had seems you have had a few eventful last few days. This is a very puzzling story, I must say. I have no idea where this amulet may have come from, or what that person was trying to do with the platinum box.
Would Darius help look for box?
Well, yes, I'd love to help you on your quest to find the box. I don't really have much to do around here myself, as I also have just recently arrived, but I'd love to help. Yes.
Good to hear.
Zoltar would overhear that last bit of the conversation of Various joining the party. Well then, welcome to. We don't have a group now, do we?
Is
don't
he
have a
still saying
name.
this with his head under the water?
No.
No, that was earlier. But welcome to, I don't know, the Psychor Syndicate or something. I don't know. Welcome to the party.
Why, thank you. Barius reaches out to shake each person's hand, crouching down to shake ours again.
Hard tired.
Zaltar, who never being in a handshake before, grips just a little bit too hard around Barius's hand and shakes very violently. I've never had a handshake before.
Barius, kind of caught off guard, just kind of jolts his hand back, and then while rubbing it, says, "Well, we should should probably get to bed. It's been a long day."
Episode 3 will be called The Psychor Syndicate or something, I don't know. Okay, well, we will head down for a nice long rest.
Do we just click the long rest button at the top of the
You
page?
do.
Oh. Okay, reset maximum HP charges. How do I... So I have a thing where I can... Blessing of the Forge, so it says after the end of a long rest you can imbue magic into a weapon or armor by touching. The non-magical version, till next long rest or until you die, the object gets +1 bonus to either AC or attack. Can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest. So do I just... How do I use this? Let's take long rest.
You pick an item you have. And I don't mean click it, I mean like mentally choose it. And whatever item you're choosing will just have +1 until the effect wears off. You're gonna have to keep track of that yourself mentally. It just means you have +1 to hit and +1 to damage.
Okay, so Har, he's going to apply that to his armor specifically.
Okay. And will Barius be using one of his infusions?
Yes, he will be.
Which one?
I need to be reminded of which I chose real quick.
If you check your, I believe it's in features and traits, it should be there.
Let's see.
You took repeating shot, which would give you a +1 on your crossbow and you don't have to expend any ammunition. You took one that you can put on armor to give it +1. You gave one to help you maintain concentration, I believe. And you have the homunculus one, but you can't do that one yet.
I will do the one for +1 on armor.
Okay. So whatever your AC is right now, consider that 1 higher.
Okay.
Which just means it is 1 point harder for someone to hit you, or if they didn't have a bonus, 5% or so.
So is that just till the next rest, or until I use a different
until
infusion?
you use a different one, basically, because you
Okay.
you hold it or redo it every rest until you didn't change your mind.
So now that we're resting, we just click long rest.
Yep. You click
I
on rest,
can't.
and it will restore all your hit points and everything.
But I can't do that myself.
You
but
don't
I
have
didn't
to.
take any. Yeah, I didn't take any hit points.
But I'm pretty sure you guys can click long rest.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, you guys can click long rest.
Yeah, you can click long rest, and then you'll click confirm. You'll click the button,
Well,
and then it'll
they
give you
can't.
3
They
seconds.
can't do everything you can do because they
Oh,
don't
okay.
technically own their character sheet. But you can click long rest, I believe.
Okay.
Where would I find that?
Limited use in the
Uh,
actions.
On
You
your
can be
PC,
beyond
it
character.
will be. You see where your HP is?
Yes.
Above that, it'll say like campaign Shangela IC19.
Yep.
To the left of that should be the button that says long rest.
Nope.
I found it in my limited use tabs in the actions, but nothing lets me click it.
Can you click manage next to the name?
Next to the
I-
name, there is no manage button.
Okay.
Cannot. No.
Then you guys can't, but it's okay because you don't need to. And you guys, anything that you change with your long rest is something you have to keep track of yourself anyways.
Yeah, I'm noting it all down.
So, like your HP and stuff is something you guys have to keep track of manually anyways, so you don't have to really worry about that.
I'm at max HP. What does temp mean? Is that temperature?
Temporary HP.
Oh.
Think of it as certain skills give you extra bonus HP that get used up before your main HP.
Fair enough.
Har. While you are asleep, you dream of being back home in the forge. You're with your father, hammering out another project.
Also, just a quick heads up for Har, because Kobold Society's whole people don't really know their parents. He's effectively his father, but it's just
Yes, I know.
yeah. I just want to clarify real quick.
But also, don't forget that this Kobold clan is more complex.
That is true. I guess we can work that out later. I forgot to talk with you about that.
While
We
he's
can worry
not
about it
your
later.
birth father necessarily, he is your kind of adoptive father.
Yeah.
You grew up under him, and that's how you learned your way of the forge. And so in Kobold Society, that's your father.
Yeah.
And you're there working, and you see in the distance behind one of the kind of shrine pillars that same figure, the hair waving in the air like it's underwater, the pale skin, the black dress, the female floating there. And you look down and you realize what you're holding in your hand that you're hammering is an octagonal amulet with a heavy leather cord and platinum bindings. Different pieces are marble and bone and silver scripture. And you're hammering it with this black kind of onyx and obsidian hammer. Purple flame is sparking out from the forge itself, which you remember to be quite orange and red. And when you complete the amulet in your dream, there's a sort of flash of light, and you wake up to a bird flitting past the window of the inn. Everybody wakes up after their long rest. All hit points are restored, spell slots are restored, abilities are restored. How would you guys like to proceed?
Is everyone else still asleep,
Everyone
or is
is
everyone
awake.
everyone just waking up at this point?
Yep.
Zoltar is going to jokingly and over-exaggeratedly yawn as he opens up the wardrobe and just steps outside. Good morning. I don't know. Anyways, hi, good morning.
Har just waking up from bed is finding it. He's feeling very sleepy, and how did we sleep? Did we still want to sleep on the floor? Some on the bed? How did
you probably curled up in a ball in the armchair.
Okay, so Har is just like sleeping on the chair.
Like a cat.
Har is going to sit up in the chair, and he's going to stretch and look towards the rest of the group and say, "It's morning."
Various very quietly just muttering morning under his breath while trying to fight off grogginess from sleep.
It is indeed morning.
It's funny because with how quiet Max is, it sounds like he's just tired.
Is Wartor still asleep on the bed? Har has a
Barely.
solution. Har, Wartor asleep. Har, wake up. Is Wartor sleeping on the bed?
No, he's awake.
He's okay.
Awake.
Har is gonna do something. He was still asleep.
Oh no.
I believe it would
Har, were
involve
you-
the whole basin of water.
Har, were you gonna get Gits to wake up, Wartor?
Har can demonstrate.
No. We
No,
don't need.
no.
We do not need Gits to wake him up. He's awake.
And Har, while sitting on the chair, is going to, Fel, you tell me if it's okay for me to do this. He's going to cast Thaumaturge. Is it Thaumaturge? Is that the name of it? Where is this? Where's my cantrips? Yeah, Thaumaturgy on the chair he's sitting on it to cause minor tremors to cause it to vibrate for 1 minute.
The chair just. The wood is just
What?
grating back and forth.
Har can wake up. Chair comfy. Har should do more often.
It's like a kid in a massage chair. Heart is just shaking.
Barrius, caught off guard by the sudden commotion, is suddenly much more awake than he was seconds ago.
And the vibrations are causing Barrius would notice Har has a staff, and on the top of that staff is like a wicker basket. And as the vibrations are happening, just every once in a while you hear this faint like sizzle sound, and a little bit of black smoke rises up from the basket.
Oh no.
Har is too distracted by the chair shaking to notice this happening. Actually, should we roll perception? Should we roll?
Oh, it's just the standard. It's trying to burn its way out, but it probably won't make it.
Barrius notices this and just is like, Har, what is your staff doing?
Oh well, that thing. That's Gits. Good little shock lizard.
Gix. Morning, Gix. And Har goes up to Gix. Right. And then he remembers he gave a snack to Gix, but he still needs to get Gix, like, proper meal.
Oh yes, you have no
We
kicks.
forgot to feed Gits last night. No.
Well, he gave Gix a snack.
Okay,
and
we did give Gits the chocolate.
we get it's snack. It's not like a proper meal, but like it's food. But
Yeah.
our
Everyone just
Har.
hears like the faintest "help me" from the basket. No, not
no.
really. but-
Oh no. Oh no.
It's horrible in here.
Oh no.
Put me out of this basket, damn it! It's just Mickey Mouse.
morning, Gix, and then Har is going to be like, Gix need food. Har
Gix just
just
blips
go
his
shopping
tongue.
food.
You guys gonna head downstairs to go for the market then?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
The four of you
I was-
get ready and you start heading downstairs. And what is everybody's passive perception? Or as my other party likes to say, because passive perception is called PP. How big?
14.
How big is everyone's PP?
15.
Okay, you have 15 passive perception. Okay. Anybody have higher
How
than
is yours
15?
one higher than me?
Oh, 3.
What did you say, Ward?
Oh wait. Passive for perception is 13.
13. Okay. Har, you said 15, right?
Yes.
But Zoltar, you said 14. You're only one less.
14.
You're the one who would recognize this. As you are in the forefront next to Har coming down the stairs, you spot through the clear glass walls, through the panes in the doors that separate the normal dining area that you're entering from the fine dining. At a corner table is someone wearing the same black cloak that you had seen the person at the shipwreck wearing, with the hood down. And you can see them holding a tankard in their hand, and they have that ring, that signet ring, on their hand. The same one. They're also talking to another person you can't quite see because it's obscured by a post that's supporting the ceiling. But you can see them in the fine dining area.
Okay. Me too, Twitch chat. Good meme. I am going to turn around and put my hand up, signaling to stop real quick as I peek around and try and eavesdrop on their conversation.
You would have to enter the fine dining area as they're kind of on the
Okay.
other side.
I'm gonna
breakfast is
cast
available, though.
disguise self,
Okay.
and just being a generic ranger, just wearing a cloak, and just sit at an empty booth nearby and eavesdrop.
Okay. And so you just kind of open the door to the fine dining area and walk in and sit down near them. Okay. I would have you make a stealth check, but you've disguised yourself. While you're doing that, make a perception check. Everybody else, how do you react as you see Zoltar hold their hand up, change, and then enter the fine dining area? What do you guys do?
Har sees what's happening. He doesn't exactly. He knows something's up, but he doesn't exactly know what. So he's just going to. We have view of the fine dining area. You said.
You have slight view, yeah. They're at a weird angle, so you can't see who they're talking to, but you can see them. And now that you've seen them go in and you look, you do see them in the corner.
Har is since Zoltar has done this very suddenly, and is it just kind of very abruptly did this. Har is going to stay nearby, but not like clearly Zoltar is trying to do something and not gain attention. So Zoltar is just gonna kind of be nearby and not like
Hari, you mean?
pay direct attention to it. He's just gonna be he's gonna, in case he's needed. He's gonna be.
Are you gonna enter
nearby.
the fine dining area?
He's not going to enter the fine dining
Okay.
area. He's gonna let Zoltar do his thing. He's just going to like kind of.
And do you see anything to Warder or Barius about why you've stopped?
Har is going to turn to the other two, and Har not know what Zoltar doing, but maybe important. Har going to keep eye from distance, and he's going to the area we're in. Is there just like places to sit? Or
yes, there is. You are in the normal dining area, and there is tables kind of against the glass wall that you could sit at.
Yeah, Har is going to just kind of sit in the normal dining area,
Okay.
so that he can keep like a rough eye on what's happening in there, and just kind of let Zoltar do his thing. So Har is just gonna walk over and just take a seat next to the window and just like keep just kind of at the corner of his
Yeah, I
eye,
gotcha.
just like
Zoltar, what'd you get on your perception check?
Total of 10.
Oh boy. Okay. In this case, not bad because you're not exactly very suspicious. So, as you walk in, you notice first of all the person that you had seen the other night. You can now see their face. They have like a sort of tan, weathered skin that says they're outside a lot. Short brown hair, a short mustache, but it's there. And one pierced ear. They don't exactly look very necessarily sinister, I guess. The person they're talking to is a tall elven man, which you can tell by the long pointed ears, with silver hair pulled back into braid, not unlike Mother Taraya's. which is held in place by a bronze circlet. And you can see he has fancy, wealthy clothes on under a heavy purple cloak, which is clasped at the chest with some silver kind of brooches. And as you sit down and listen, you hear the person say to the elven man, "Yes, I swear I've dropped off the box at the dead drop, but there has been an issue." And the elven man shows no sign of aggression, but you can hear it laced in his words, where he kind of leans forward and he says, "Are you meaning to say you've been caught?" "Well, no, it's not that. They didn't see me, but they did see me take the box. And I did forget the amulet there." "Oh, so you haven't been caught. You simply left the entire... Oh, that will not be taken lightly by you-know-who." "Yes, but I'm just hoping maybe perhaps I can get paid and I can separate from this and we can go our merry way, yes? Until they say otherwise, you are to do your job as previously agreed. You will receive payment shortly as planned." The person you had caught goes, "Of course, Damnick, I just..." And Damnick, the elven man, immediately responds, "It's okay, take your time. I will meet with you again 3 days from now, and we will see where to go from there, okay?" And he stands up, and he pats the guy on the shoulder, and you can tell that the person that had the chest and ran away with it, they're sweating. They seem frightened slightly. And as the elven man stands, he kind of leans down and he goes, "And we'll have to see whatever the boss has in store as punishment for your being caught. You know that's unacceptable." And he turns and walks. And you see, as he's walking out, 2 people that were scattered across the dining area also get up and walk out with him, who are probably guards, just kind of in there. And the person that ran away with the chest, they kind of lean their head down into their arms flat on the table.
So the box carrier guy is
Yes.
just troubled and is just like face down on the thing.
Yes, he is face down into his arms at the table, and the elven man walks out of the fine dining, past Harwarder and Barius, and leaves the establishment.
So the guards and everyone else are gone, but he's still there.
Yes, we'll call him the runner. He is still there.
Okay.
And you know the elven man, of course, as Damnick.
Okay, I really wanna do this, but I'm not sure if you would allow. Can I cast sleep on this guy, pose as this dude's friend, and we kidnap him back to the dorm room?
I mean,
I want to kidnap this guy to the room and interrogate
does
him.
have a visible effect. So the other people in the fine dining area would see it.
Yeah, so one thing to keep in mind, Kaz, when you cast a spell, is that it's pretty noticeable.
Oh, you wouldn't also, it's concentration, so you wouldn't be able to focus on disguise self.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What was insight again?
Insight is it's a social skill that allows you to kind of tell what's behind the words, like if someone's lying,
Okay.
if they're stressed
Okay,
out and they're
okay.
trying to hide it, anything like that. Like trying to find deeper meaning.
Okay.
You don't look like yourself, so you could always go sit down next to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna quietly go sit down next to him and clear my throat before saying,
Okay, you sit down,
You should. Yeah.
and you clear your throat. And he doesn't shift. What do you say?
You seem to be in a little bit of distress there, my friend.
He doesn't seem to move or respond.
I honestly don't know what to do.
Har, and noticing that people leave, get up and leave, is going to
Go in there.
he's not gonna quite go in, but Har does need to buy food for Gix, and as the people are as the people that were getting up to leave, they went through because they have to go through to leave the establishment, right? They have to like go through
The
the main
general
entrance,
dining,
or-
yeah.
yeah. So when they exit the general dining, Har is going to be like, Har, buy food for Gix, and he's going to wink to the other two, and he's going to walk like out the door, like nearby the people who are leaving the the man followed by like the two presumed bodyguards, and he's going to leave the building like nearby them.
Make a stealth check.
Okay. Let's
Or
see.
deception if you'd prefer to try to come off as deceiving with your...
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
gonna go buy
Hari's,
food.
I think deception works because he's not trying to be stealthy. He's very blatantly like, I'm leaving. I'm gonna be leaving to the front.
Go ahead and roll a
entrance.
deception then.
Deception. Okay. 20. Natural 20 plus 1, 21.
Okay. As far as you know, it's probably working. And you walk out besides them. Zoltar. Well, Barius and Mortar, you of course see Zoltar sitting there trying to interact with this person who's just face down still on the table. What are you guys doing? Of course, Hara also left.
Barius, not knowing who the person is because he was not at the shipwreck the other night.
They did catch
Just-
you up on it, so Hara might have
Right.
told you.
Barius sort of just stays sat at the booth that Har was sitting at and trying to piece together what they both are doing,
Okay.
and then he just sits there for a minute.
In Mortar?
I'm currently trying to process what's going on.
Okay. Well,
Quite
we
a few
can-
things.
We can get
Yes,
back to you if
quite
you'd
a few.
like.
Yes.
Zoltar, what are you doing?
I lean in a little bit closer to the runner and whisper, "You're not having any lady issues, are you?"
Make a perception check when you lean in.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right. Nat 20. Let's go.
Natural 20. Okay.
Oh my god.
As you lean in, you notice
Wow.
two things. His tankard has a slight green film on top, barely noticeable in the light, which is not normally in ale. And two, though you can't see his face well, you can see where his mouth is against his arm, a little bit of white foam.
I'm going to take my hand and pull away his veil over his head and examine his face just to make sure.
Okay, you pull his head up to see slightly, and his eyes are bulged out, and he is foaming from the mouth, and he is
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
completely unresponsive. You cast Cure Wounds.
Is that gonna cure his poison?
You try to heal him, and the healing does not take effect. He's not breathing.
I'm gonna shout and make it very apparent that this guy is not okay.
Okay. And of course,
I
people
need a-
are immediately running.
This man's been poisoned.
Various seeing what is happening, hurriedly gets up from the table and rushes over to Zoltar to see if there's anything that he can do to help.
Ah, yes, you. Good kind sir. This man has been poisoned.
So what should I do with him? Should I help move him somewhere to like do help? I don't know.
think CPR is
administer
gonna
medicine?
work, buddy.
I don't know.
Mr. Harmon runs in and he says, "Oh, dear God. I'll carry the body to Mother Taraya. Maybe she can bury him or something. What in the hell?" And he pushes past you to try to pick up the body.
I'm still disguised, so
Does-
nobody knows.
Does
Except
Har
these nerds.
hear this happening?
No, you've left.
Okay, so Har's not around for this.
Zoltar, during your distraction, are you going to try to sneakily do anything or take anything? Or are you just getting them to take up the body?
I'm going to before the dude is being, dragged and carried around. I'm gonna search his robe pockets to make sure he doesn't have anything that would make sure that he has something that
Are you
might
going
be.
to do it openly, or are you going to
helpful.
try to disguise that you're doing it with a sleight of hand?
I'm gonna do a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Wait, do I need to roll my d20?
Yes, it is a skill.
Okay. That would be. Let's see here. Sleight of hand, that's +3. Okay. A 10?
A 10 in sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Okay, it does
Total.
kind of look like you're patting him, but the average person probably doesn't care. So, you're like, this man needs help, but you're also, like, patting down his sides.
Stay with me, buddy. Stay with me.
He does have the signet ring. There is
Okay.
a coin pouch that seems to be in a chest pocket.
Yoink.
And you do notice when the elven man patted him on the shoulder, you didn't realize it, but you do realize now that his purple necklace is gone, the one that protected him from the fog. The elven man was taking the necklace off of him. Because that is missing. He also does have just a simple dagger at his side, if you're planning on taking that, I guess.
Dibs. Yoink.
Okay, you just pull it out of the fucking sheath.
I'm taking everything.
Oh
Mr.
my
Harmon
God.
walks over, and Mr. Harmon is... He's leaned down, he's wearing brown clothes, he's got gray, wispy hair bald on the top. He's an old man. He just picks up the body, throws it over his shoulder, and starts walking out with this, like, amazing strength.
Various
Does he walk? Oh, I'll ask once you're done talking, or if he walks out the front door.
Various sort of loudly announces so that both Zoltar and Wartar hear, but that he is going to accompany what's his name to Mother what was
Mr.
it?
Harmon.
What was her name?
To Mother
Yeah.
Tries.
Yeah, to Mr. Harmon to Mother Tries to see if there's anything that they need help with either burying or trying to help him, and then he accompanies him
Okay.
and goes along with him.
Now, Har, you announced loudly that you're going to go shopping for food for your lizard. And then
Yes, food.
trailed outside the elven men. As you leave and you see them turn and start walking down a street towards Temperance Row, as you would know from the signs, what are you doing?
The way they're heading, is it in the direction of where the shops are?
No, they're heading towards Temperance Row, which, as you've heard recently, outside of Temperance Row is kind of wealthier estates, and then Temperance Row itself is home of the actual guild halls.
Hmm. Okay, Har is going to. He's going to outside the building. Um, right now, look around. Kind of look around without and not follow them at the moment because a mixture of him not being familiar with the area and him trying to ascertain if they are headed to where he could plausibly go to buy Gix food in the same direction. He's just kind of like trying to get his bearings, but is kind of unsure whether following them is a good idea alone right now. So he's just going to look around and not follow them at this moment.
Okay.
Does Har perhaps see Barrios
That is
accompanying
when
Mr. Harmon
Barrios and
walk through
Mr.
the street?
Harmon walk outside, and you can see hard that Mr. Harmon has the body of the person that you saw at the shipwreck over his shoulder.
Har sees this and is and Har runs over. What happened?
He sort of just was poisoned and fell ill at his table.
Let
And
Har. Let Har. And Har's motioning to the man to lower the men by. Let Har maybe help, quick.
Well, you heard the little guy.
Are you still in disguise, walking behind them?
Yes,
your mustache.
I'm following them.
You're like a silent black and white film in the background.
Yeah, I'm disguised as a random ass dude right now.
Hey, I have a question. Is Wartor's just still chilling in the booth in the breakfast area, just sitting there?
I was about to say, am I still
Face down in a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, he's just going to town on some cereal.
Casual day.
What are you trying to do, or what is hard?
Har, if the man lowers him, the man's body, he's going to cast Spare the Dying, or attempt to cast Spare the Dying on this man who is dead or could be dying. He's not
Okay.
sure.
Roll a d20,
Okay.
or I will roll the d20 with my Dice of Doom,
Okay.
which is used to kill players, by the way. And
Oh boy.
If
do
I
I have
get-
any modifiers?
if I'm just gonna roll it, and if I get a 17 or higher, you will successfully cast Spare the Dying.
Okay, so you roll not
And
me.
if it's anything less, he's already dead. Spare the
Okay.
Dying will not prevent poison damage dealt to him on his turn.
Yeah, I think Spare the Dying is just to.
If he dies, I want his robe.
You
I think it's just to keep them
you
in
reach
a
out and
stable
touch him
state.
and try to cast Spare the Dying, and you watch that sort of fiery energy spread from your hand around his wrist and try to grab hold, and just flake away. He's dead.
It's too late.
Can I have his robe?
No, you can't have his robe. This man is dead.
He's
Wait
not
a
gonna
second.
need it. I want it.
Can I just say something? Is Zoltar just going like full bender right now?
He's in disguise.
I'll
I
pay
mean,
you
like as a
5 silver for
personality.
this man's robe.
I'm gonna have to ask that the four of you don't accompany to Mother Taraya. Perhaps you have some other business to get about. And he
Okay.
walks onwards.
Thank you for let Har try.
He just nods and keeps walking.
Alexander the Brave shall go to the forest.
Har turns to the other two.
Just gonna sprint and run away around the corner, and then
Awesome.
undo my disguise and just casually walk back. Hi guys, how's it going?
So just to check, is Wartor actually face down in
No,
a bowl of
he's with
cereal?
you.
He's with-
Passed out.
Okay, so Wartor's outside. Har turns to the other three and whisper, Har, see, group of three head towards. What was the name of the place, the district they headed to?
Temperance Row.
Port headed that direction. Temperance Row Place. They head that way.
That is not on our map. I do not see.
No, because it's a
Tem-
region inside Psycor.
It's inside. It's an area inside. It's near where like the guilds are in like the high. You said it's a higher end area.
Yeah,
where,
so
like,
that's
more
where the
no-
wealthier estates are, and then where the actual guild halls are.
Har not follow. Har not good at sneak. But saw them go that way. Also, Har do need get Gix food.
All right, you can go get some food. I think I can stealth my way around.
Har want head to guild area anyway, so Har meet at guild area after get Gix food.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Okay, investigation. Hello, D20. That is horrendous. I have 5.
Wow. Okay, the only person that you find that has food for Gix is Burke. And he is selling it, sadly, due to your bad investigation check. It takes you about an hour to find him having it. At 2 copper pieces per day of food. Also known as 2 tar per day.
So, how much gold did I get from pickpocketing Mr. Deadass over here?
Would you like to look through the coin pouch?
Yes, please.
You find 20 platinum coins.
What?
But something about them's a little bit off. Make a intelligence check.
Okay, I feel like these might be counterfeit. And intelligence, you said?
Yes.
Where is my intelligence stat? Oh, it's over here. 11 total.
11. They're probably counterfeit.
Wow. I'm gonna pull out my dagger and carve into every one of those coins just to mark them, so we know which ones are counterfeit.
Okay. Yeah, you have 20 counterfeit fingers, as they're called.
Okay.
when Har looks up to Burke, was his name you said?
Yes, Burke. Burke.
Har, hello Burke. Har, look food for Gix, and Har takes the little cage tack to his stick. Gix hungry. Buy food.
2
Gix.
copper.
And he looks at the food. How big do these like food for Gix appear to be?
They're like a handful of grubs each.
Har buy 6, please. And he hands over Har hand 2 shiny silver and 2 shiny copper.
And Burke just grabs like an old leather fisherman's hat and just scoops grubs into it and hands it to you.
Are they alive?
Thank
Yes.
Burke.
Oh,
Yeah, they're grubs. It's lizard food, you know. And he gives it. Does it? Wait, you said he gives it. Is it in a container of sort?
Yes,
I
it's in
missed
an
that.
old leather fisherman's hat.
nice. So you got a free hat with your purchase.
Thank
Burke.
Burke. Thank Burke. And he hands over the 1 silver, 2 copper.
He takes
And,
it
um,
and
he-
then he goes, nap time, and just splats into a puddle again.
Bye, Burke. And then he gives Har gives a day's worth of food. Immediately gives some grubs to Gix for the day.
Make an animal handling check.
Okay. Gix, time food. All right. 20. 12.
Okay, make a dexterity saving throw.
Then 19 plus 1 on a dirty 20, as Kaz calls it.
Okay. You will only take half damage. So you will only take 2 points of lightning damage. As Gix does eat the food, but you get zapped in the meantime.
Ah, Gix shock good.
And as the party regroups to prepare to stealth their way into Temperance Row following Dominic, this mysterious elf, we will quickly take our break. So we will be back in 10 to 15 minutes. See you guys then. And we're back. Okay. Sorry about the extra long wait. Food
Back.
takes time, sadly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Unfortunately, it was too much time. I still don't have my food yet.
I made a sandwich
Wow.
and a soup, and I am still eating
Obtain-
the soup.
Tasty rock.
However, as the party regroups outside Ogre's Respite, the plan of tracking down Dominic the elf, what would you guys like to do?
Well, I would like to hand over my counterfeit platinum coins to Har.
Has Har gone back to where everyone
Yes, you're
is right
regrouped. You're all together.
now? Okay, so Har, after he buys food and feeds Gix, and promptly getting shocked, he heads back to everyone, to which Zoltar offers the coins,
Yeah.
and Har, upon examine coin, and he looks at
Yeah.
them. Hmm.
Don't use these at the shop. These are counterfeit. They're not legal. You'll get in trouble if you get caught.
Coin look off. Har not sure what made out of, but metal good.
It looks
Metal
pretty close
good
to
for
platinum.
making resources.
Har examine metal more closely later, and he takes the bag and
You could always cast Identify.
and I cannot, unfortunately.
Oh, that's true. You don't have that.
Right,
You could
the
cast it
pearl.
as... No, you can't cast it as a ritual because you still require the pearl. Yeah.
Yep.
So you're out of luck there.
Yep. No, it'd be expensive to identify stuff.
It do be expensive, which is good.
He'll just stare at it for long
Now, at
enough
this
to
point-
ask someone.
You have lost direct line of sight because it's been an hour since the elf has left.
Yes.
But you could still track them down. There's also the option, now that you know their name, of asking about, because being wealthy, there's probably people that know about them. Whatever you guys would like to do, it's up to you.
Murder. No, I'm kidding.
Har,
Bummer,
Sacrifice
Stab
Har.
them all. No.
no.
Oh.
Har got food for Gix. Gix full. Mother Taraya busy. Har want go check guild out. Also, that's where suspicious people head.
I agree with Har. Let's go check out the guild, and then investigate these suspicious people who left the with the other person.
Okay. You are heading for the Seer Guild Hall then?
Yep.
Which, of course, to remind everyone, and for Barius who has not heard this before, the actual name of the guild is the Psychor Exploration and Enlightenment Registry, or Seer.
Okay.
So you guys begin to head through the wealthy estates towards Temperance Row itself. Who's leading?
I say Har should lead.
Har.
Okay,
Har lead.
Har, make a perception check.
Character sheet. Where'd be my d20? There it is.
Max is gonna go to sleep because of this. I can sense it.
Let's see. 13.
13? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You come to a sort of four-way street, and to your left you can see where the guild halls start, and you can see the banner outside the Seer Guild Hall with the large eye and the sort of fog around it on the purple fabric, outlined with the geometric ruins. And of course there's no 5-pointed star in that eye. And then to your right, you see a number of wealthier estates, big properties, walls around them, wrought iron fences, stuff like that. And you do see one, a sort of bricked wall with wrought iron, about a foot of wrought iron fence around that on the top of it, and then spikes. At an archway at the front of that is two guards, mercenaries, people, whatever, wearing leather armor. And on that leather armor, embroidered in, is the eye with the fog.
Ah, that looked like Seer Guild.
So you've got the actual guild hall to your left, and then it looks like someone's estate being guarded by Seer affiliated mercenaries.
And both are surrounded by fences, correct?
The guild hall's not, but the estate definitely is. It's somebody's estate.
Okay.
Hmm. And Har looks towards the guild Har. Maybe guild know of Star in Eye.
Yeah, they might know something about that. We should go ask, or we should go investigate.
You're gonna go ask the guild about their symbol with the star in it, and the nefarious things they've been doing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Probably.
I mean, you can. You definitely can.
We can ask about like what their symbol, like what their guild like symbol is for and stuff. We can still ask them information about the symbol.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you guys walk over to the guild hall then?
Yeah.
Okay. You come up on the Seer building. It is a very old stone architecture that doesn't exactly fit in with everything else. It more fits the ruins you had seen on the coast. Sorry, my throat is being weird. But it is sort of like a very wide tower that goes up maybe 6 floors, and it is made of these like smooth slate stones that all kind of fit interlocking in these curving ways, with a big wooden double door and 2 banners. The doors are propped open, and you can see this sort of purple light coming out of the door. Now, Temperance Row is by no means an empty area. There is people with carts and wagons going everywhere, moving goods. There's all kinds of runners for the guild, people trying to get their memberships. But generally, people here are less on the freer side of business. These are busy business people, and if you get in their way, you will be run over.
Har, upon us entering, Har is going to see if there's kind of like a reception area, just someone stationed to like man the headward, like to maybe answer any people who come to visit them or ask questions of that nature.
Yeah, as you open the door, immediately there is a long, sort of curved wooden desk. And there is what looks to be a female half elf behind, with just like long, flowing, voluminous, kind of golden yellow hair. Very beautiful, sort of light almond skin, jewelry all over. She smiles and waves at you.
Hello. And then Har waves and kind of walks up to her. Har wonder what symbol of Seer Guild symbolizes. Har curious.
Well, my friend, I believe most people would say it chalks up to seeing through the mists into the ancient history and treasures that lay within the ruins outside of Cycle.
So Seer Guild deal with exploration of ruin.
Recovery of relics, yes. Archaeology and enlightenment of the history within the ruins hidden from humanity.
Hmm. That good know. If Har find something, Har keep in mind.
We do offer a membership, and we will pay a very nice budget for expeditions if you're ever interested.
Hmm. How much enter?
5 gold a month.
Ah. Har will think about. Har will keep in mind for future.
Actually, sorry, um, that might be 5 gold a year. Let me see. No, it's a monthly payment of 5 gold.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you for answer Har question. And uh, he's going to and as he turns back to the group, um, uh, anyone want join Seer?
Uh, I'm gonna think about it. I don't have an opinion at this right now.
Well, I reckon we can adventure on our own. I'll pass and keep my money where it's tight. Speaking
Ah,
of, I had a question for you, miss. Zoltar would walk up and approach, reaching his hand out.
Sure.
Pleasure to meet you. My name's Zoltar.
Nice to meet you as well. My name is Yelashana.
I have a question for you, ma'am. You wouldn't happen to know anybody in the guild who, has a. who might have. How do I put this? I encountered a man earlier this morning who is no longer with us, but he had a nice thin black mustache and he had something similar of your Seer Guild symbol, and it had a nice 5-pointed star as well on it. You wouldn't happen to know anybody running those colors and symbols, right?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh gosh, heck yeah, persuasion and then persuasion. Plus 4. 22.
22.
Yep.
She leans down. Well, I'm not normally supposed to say this to the common folk, but there is a couple branches to our guild. In fact, the Seer Guild is only one sort of form of this guild that exists all across the continent. And there is a branch that's kind of more the international branch that I've noticed some of their higher members do tend to wear a ring like that. I think it's just a symbol of that branch. Also, I'll warn you, as much as it doesn't seem nice to pay us to get paid for an expedition, please don't venture out into the mists unprotected because there are some terrible things out there waiting to prey on people like you.
I reckon me and my group can handle ourselves just fine, but I will heed your warning of caution. Much appreciated, ma'am.
She nods.
while Zoltar is having this conversation, Har is just gonna like look around the hall. This is just like the entryway, so it probably isn't a whole lot of important, but I guess he'll just look around and see if he notices anyone or anything that kind of like sticks out in the building of intrigue.
There's people moving around everywhere and there's halls, but you don't see any of the symbol that you're specifically looking for. All the symbols inside seem to be the normal guild symbol. You do see behind Ilashana is like a cross lattice sort of wood shelf that has scrolls and tomes in it that probably have sensitive information. About people, communications, whatever that might contain something on the people you're looking for, but it's far out of your reach.
Har's just thinking about what else he wants to do, and he hears like Zoltar getting some information. He's like, "Oh, this is This is a good woman from
Various.
Stone.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Uh, 14 plus 3, 17.
17. You have trained your eye for crystals, magical and not.
Yes.
And one thing you do notice is that there is way, way down the hallway beyond everything, one of the doors, kind of far away from all the office doors and away from the stairs in the back, a heavier stone door. There is a tiny little red crystal that seems to be growing under the crack of the door.
Is this like reception area, one that one can freely walk around where I could walk up to the door, or is it that in like an off limits area?
The only people you see moving around beyond the entry are people that have what's referred to as a guild badge. It is a sort of
Okay.
long rectangular talisman that says that you're either staff here, or there's one kind that says, you're paying for a membership. But even then, you don't really see anybody going that far back. It's probably storage closets and stuff like that.
Okay. Uh, Barius, or is Zoltar done with his conversation at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, I approach the desk and ask and just inquire about the crystal door in the back.
Oh, what do you say? What do you ask?
Uh, Pardon me, but what what do you possibly, or what is that glowing red door all the way in the back there?
The whole door
for?
itself, to be clear, this crystal is maybe a couple millimeters long.
Okay.
Like,
What?
you notice it because you are already trained to look out for glowing red crystals. But it's unlikely any normal, untrained person would see it.
And it's just like a big stone door, correct?
Yeah, like a hefty
Okay.
stone door.
So what do you or what might be behind that giant stone door in the back? It caught my eye. It looks kind of out of place.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Let's see, nat 20 and 22.
22?
Yep.
Well, since we're in the mood for a little bit of gossip, I'm not really sure. I don't really go down there, but it tends to only be certain higher ups, if you know what I mean, that tend to go behind that. I think it goes downstairs somewhere, though. I'm not quite sure if we have it downstairs.
Okay.
And you see for a moment, with your perception roll, a glint of like a black, like a sparkle in her eye, and she goes, "I'm sorry, what were we talking about again?"
We were I was just asking about the giant stone door in the back. It just caught my eye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I was just inquiring about the stone door in the back.
What's your business today?
You okay, ma'am?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I'm good.
That's great.
Excuse me for a moment. Ma'am, you remember talking to me just a minute ago, do you?
Of course.
Okay. And what did we talk about?
Oh, let's see. We talked about the guild, and then you wanted to know about a symbol.
Okay. Never mind. Just checking on a little something. Zoltar whispers on over, leans on over to... I can't remember your name. Fuck.
Barius.
Nice.
Whispering very carefully. You alright?
Barry,
He doesn't seem okay.
Yeah, Barrius just sort of like slowly but cautiously, but not trying to make it too obvious, just backs away from the turns around and walks back from the desk to the rest of the group and tells them what just happened and what Zoltar just saw, with her completely forgetting about the conversation we just had and the black glint in her eye.
Hmm. Odd.
Zoltar leans forward, uh, attempting to charm the lady at the counter. Ma'am, might I say you have beautiful eyes. May I get a closer look?
Are you casting the spell Charm?
No, I'm just trying to persuade and sweet talk her at the moment.
Okay, and you're actually just trying to look at her eyes.
Yeah, just to see
Yeah, make a
anything
persuasion
extra.
check.
Okay.
This is gonna be at disadvantage.
Ah, shit.
Oh boy.
Did you not one?
No. They're like,
Oh.
oh, it'll be a disadvantage. I roll a 19, and I'm like, oh shit, and then I roll another 19.
Oh, no.
Beautiful.
Oh no.
No,
All right, so
that's
what
good.
what are we doing? It was a
Persuasion.
persuasion. Persuasion +4, so a total of 23.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
Jesus.
I
Sheesh.
suppose. And she leans forward and holds her eyes wide, but not unbeautifully for you to see. What are you looking
Your
for?
mama must, just anything that is abnormal.
It doesn't look to be anything abnormal right now.
All right, now I got it. Now I gotta pull away. Now I gotta pull away casually. All right. Ma'am, your mama must have had some nice pearls for those eyes. Pulls away slowly. Say, you're pretty cute. You wouldn't mind giving us a tour of this place, would you?
I'm sorry, but I'm not allowed to authorize any sort of exploration of the building besides for members. Paying members
That's
do have
all right.
access to some facilities, though, if you would like to join.
We'll have to think about that one.
Fair enough.
I gather the gang around the entrance, just out of eyesight from this receptionist lady. Hey, Har, I got an idea.
Did you say outside or still inside?
Like outside of her
Okay.
perception, just away from her.
So outside of the building.
Yeah.
We
Har,
like,
I got an idea.
huh?
Now, I know you're not the best at being stealthy, but you are pretty small and hard to see. So, she already likes me. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna perform a little bit on my pan flute here, a nice little song. Do any of you have the ability to dance? I want to make a distraction, and Har, you can slip in and see if you can't find anything
To be very clear,
abnormal.
the inside of this building is
It
dead
is awful.
silent, except for people walking and the sound of filing papers and like creaking things that are being moved.
Yeah.
This will be possibly enough to get you permanently removed from the establishment.
Oh boy.
Hard, not good at sneak. Not quite sure this good idea. Also, other guild to ask question too. There be
True.
Har
Wait.
still want to check with other guild.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. Didn't I get a good? What am I thinking? I got a good look at that shiny badge on her. I could disguise. Wait a second. Y'all remember that feller from this morning, right?
Hmm. Ah,
I could pose as him. and I could sneak in and just wander from room to room until we find what we're looking for.
Hmm. That option.
That is an option, yes.
To be clear,
well,
if you
use that
disguised
as
yourself as
What?
her, you would look like her. But
No,
you
no,
would
no,
not
the dude
have...
from this
no,
morning,
I know. I'm just
the
saying,
dead
with
guy.
her, you could look like her, but you would not be able to magically apparate the badge.
Okay. We should use this as a plan B. Let's go talk to the other guild first.
Yes, you can
Our-
disguise yourself as the dead guy.
Well,
That's
the
what-
dead
that's what he was-
dude
I thought that's-
before he
I thought
died, you know.
I thought that's what I thought that's what Kaz was saying, is he was going to disguise himself as the dead guy.
That was after he changed his mind.
Yes, disguised as the dude dead on the ground.
No, I meant as
been
the
waiting
person
for
who
this.
everybody saw die and be carried out across the town.
Can I just use jump and goober stomper?
Why would you want to do that?
I'm
No.
joking.
I mean, if you'd like to.
No.
I think that everyone else in the party would publicly hang you for that, though.
I'm not.
So where are you guys
I
headed
could
to,
just cast sleep on her and we could just walk in scot free.
There's like 5. There's a bunch of other people milling around in the background. That'd be.
Czar, Har want visit NMA, talk to Sarchin, talk to Waveburn from yesterday.
We could do that, yeah.
Waveburn not know of shipwreck.
Also, a question: when you introduced the scene, was that estate at all related to the guild we're at right now, or is that just like in the same location?
It was quite far away now, but it was
Oh, okay.
not too far away to your right instead of to your left down the street. The guards outside of that estate had the guild symbol on their uniform.
Okay.
So, definitely related. The guards are being paid for by the guild.
I do also want to possibly check out that estate that was to our right earlier, because it is being guarded by the guild, and it may have something more related to those crystals.
Last place to check. Also, estate heavily guarded though.
Could I? How tall are the fences? Would you say?
That fence is 6 foot tall and topped with metal spikes.
Well, I
How
mean, I can
wide-
fly, but
How wide is
also-
the fence?
You're not sure? You'd have to get a closer look.
We could wedge her between the bars.
Well, the bar is only the top 6th foot. The rest of it is brick.
Oh.
Yeah, the
One
first
way in,
5
a
feet
way
are
out.
brick.
Ye old brick wall.
I can fly, so I could probably like just scoop up Har and fly over, and then I could also cast a jump on one of on.
And also
What-
alert
what-
everyone of your presence.
That is
when
also
flying
true.
over the fence.
It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's some dumb idiot. Shoot him.
It's a kobold.
The kobold.
It's a bird holding a kobold.
Oh, that poor kobold. He got an 8. So you guys are headed for Sarakin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hara wants to head to Sarakin Waveburn, and he wants to talk with him to both inform him of what he has learned, the fell of the... Oh, what was the name of that very unfortunate... That ship had a very unfortunate name. Sunken Squalor.
Yes, the Sunken Squalor.
To inform him of what happened with the Sunken Squalor, and who knows, maybe he'll know a bit more about this mysterious symbol we've run into. Orb the Seer Guild.
Okay. So you guys look for that banner. And I need to remind myself exactly which guild this is. The Naval Mercantile Association, also known as NAMA.
NAM, Scales and Registry symbol.
Yes. Manages the docks and all trade within. Ships are licensed through them. Their banner is a carriage full of goods on an emerald banner framed with blue waves. Yes, okay. So you head for the NAMA building and walk inside. And this one has a sort of reception, but it doesn't, it's off to the side. Like, the room immediately opens up into this sort of circular chamber. And there are steps down to another level and steps up to a higher level. But there's all kinds of doors on this that is probably offices and rooms and stuff. There is, you notice the central floor of the room that everyone's walking on is a sea chart of the entire continent in the area around it.
Har sees this and he's very intrigued.
And
see.
the gentleman at the desk. This one is a taller dragonborn, very muscular, wearing like heavy fur armor, massive falchion on the back. And as you walk in, he goes, "All right, welcome in," and just goes right back to reading a book.
Har walks up. He says, "Hello. Har, wonder about Nama Guild. Ran into Sergeant Waveburn and curious to maybe join and also have information for Waveburn."
Well, if you're looking to join the guild, you're looking at a monthly payment of 5 bastions per person, but members who bear our patron token have a 20% discount on items at the docks, as well as a 15% discount on things the guild sells like travel tickets. We manage licensing for ships if you're interested, travel tickets to different places, etc., etc. If you're looking for Sarakin, though, he's down to the left, third room.
Thank you. And Har is going to head in that direction because he wants to speak with Waver to Sarakin about what they learned the previous day.
Okay, either I'm really dumb, or I swore I had in my notes that Waveburn wanted to like hang out with me and get a drink sometime. I can't remember.
No, that was not a thing.
Was that the other guy I'm mistaking the name
That
of?
was the mercenary captain in your backstory.
Right. My bad, I'm dumb.
Sarakin might be charismatic, but he hasn't quite asked you for a drink yet.
No, I'm thinking of the other dude.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Har, you head for Sarakin's room then?
Yeah, Har is gonna head to Sarakin's room.
Okay. You walk over. It's a heavy wooden door. You have to stand up on your tippy toes and then use just your fingertips to try to wrap around the knob and turn it. Because Sarakin's a bigger man. He's tall. He's pretty built. And the door was built for him. So you reach up and twist it. And the door swings open. And this room is a lot bigger than you would assume it should be. It's gotta be 100 feet by 100 feet. Which makes no sense with the architectural structure of the building. And you just see shelves and shelves and shelves of books and records and scrolls, and there's these massive scales all over the place and all these sea charts pinned up, and just tables covered in papers. Ink wells are spilled on the ground in some places. And Sarakin is currently sitting in a chair reading some sort of fantasy romance novel, and looks up and he goes, "Oh, hello there. It's good to see you guys are getting around."
How?
He kind of tucks aside the massive, frizzy, like red-orange hair under his captain's hat. "How can I help you?"
Har and group find out what happened to Sunken Squalor.
You discovered him then.
We think so. We find shipwreck with signs of.
As you're saying this, he reaches behind him, grabs a tome without even turning and looking, flips open a page, and writes something down. "That is a shame. Well, were you able to
Yes.
find what you're looking for?"
Yes and no. We have some better information, but no, not still look for stuff. But they're worrying signs. It looked like ship sabotage.
Well, that is a bit worrying, isn't it?
I reckon the most worrying thing about it was.
Oh
that there was
God,
a
you're here
giant
too.
tooth.
Nice to see you.
I follow Har wherever he goes. Sorry. I forgot to say that I was following Har. My bad. Worst
Big
thing
tooth,
of
you
all.
say?
Yeah, the giant tooth in the middle of the ship.
Well, I better get a message out to some people, because if there's a Leviathan again, oh, there's gonna
What
be
now?
problems.
Wow. Har and Zoltar also find symbols on ship hull. Har think it used to summon or call whatever destroys ship.
He angrily mumbles something under his breath. You can make a perception check if you'd like, one of you.
Okay.
I would like to.
I would like to. Let's see. Plus perception. 19.
11 total.
Okay, Har, you hear him say something about, "If it's that siren bitch again, I swear." And he hastily scribbles something down on a piece of paper, tears it out of the book, and folds it up and puts it in his pocket. Continue. What else did you see?
We saw someone with box we sent to find and ran away, but person killed this morning.
As far as I'm concerned, he was poisoned by his own this morning.
Any identification?
The
No,
Sears Guild logo with a 5-pointed star on it. One of the classes of the guild, I'd say.
Yeah, that's the
Any
one that owns the
plans,
warehouse down by my
branches?
docks.
Yeah. I reckon there's no good for those guys.
They've been bringing in some interesting shipments lately, too.
Mind spilling the beans there?
I don't really know. It's not my business. My business is the licensing. Whatever they do is what they do, though it may be illegal. If someone were really trying to figure something out about that red star, though, they might want to check the warehouse out.
And where did you say this warehouse was?
Down by my docks.
Har, listening here. You seem. Has this happened before to ship?
Uh, there's been a couple rough patches through history. A Kraken here, a Leviathan there. There's a certain type of people left over from a not too friendly Leviathan long time ago. He decided that while he was gone, thanks to the 7 heroes you probably know all too well about, he was going to leave some children behind. And one of them managed to survive and has been a little bit of a thorn in our side. I thought she was gone, but I suppose not.
And
If
Har,
she's back, though, mark my words, I'll be out there in the ocean dragging for her.
sounds like trouble. Sounds like troublemaker.
Enough trouble that I'd bloody my falchion again.
Also, Har maybe think consider buying membership to NM.
Well, I'm sure you've been shopping around the Boresian Plaza a lot, but the docks have a lot more to offer, honestly. The discount is quite nice. 10 gold becomes 8 gold, 100 becomes 80. It's quite decent.
Har also need travel, so sounds like good idea.
We do sell tickets all over. Just gotta make sure you set up your documentation if you're leaving by ship with the Suda Guild.
Yes, Har have issues when arriving here. No document.
How'd you get in then?
Lady Sekor, Taraya, very nice.
Oh, I bet it was those pesky doves, huh?
Dove help.
They're good people, those ones. But I've learned on the sea you can't trust anyone within an inch of your blade. You should keep that in mind.
Har understand, and immediately after hearing this, will reach into his bag. He's gonna do it again. He's
Try to give him rock candy.
Saracen ship gone, but Har find good tasty rock, and he's gonna give him a rock candy. Just to maybe help
I
him
hope
a
you're
little.
noting down everyone you've given this candy
Yes,
to.
yes, I have. I have very intently.
It's like
been-
Sims. Like, you give them rock candy and the green bar goes up.
Next
Food
thing
bar goes up very
At
slightly.
least I didn't try to give rock candy to the dead guy.
You come up and you're just poking his body
You're
while he's
poking
hand
with it.
down with the candy, like, here,
Rock.
have candy. Oh
Yes.
shit, he's dead.
Gets resuscitate good, and it just resurrects the dude by a shock.
Also, is I'm assuming Barriers is still like in the lobby area.
but yes, I have 4 rock candy. I did buy an absurd amount of rock candy, so I'm trying to get rid of some of it. And also, it's fun to pass out rock candy. Har is just very excited about edible rocks.
Well, I told you, like, there's a very large amount of NPCs in this town that could join the party. So I'm paying very close attention to who you make friends with. He happily takes and eats the candy, though. Is there anything else you're asking him, or? And Barius, you are there.
Okay. Uh,
Oh, sorry.
can Barius just quickly glance around the room just to see if anything's out of the ordinary or suspicious?
Everything is out of the ordinary in the fact that the room is about the size of the entire guild hall.
Right. I forgot about that.
Which seems wrong, very wrong.
Har notices Various looking around. Big room. Very big.
Yes, it seems almost odd.
Nothing odd about it, it's an enchantment.
Enchant?
Yes, it's enchanted.
Oh. Magic room.
Correct.
You don't mind-
Very convenient. Oh, you what's that?
If you don't mind me asking, what's magic about it?
Well, you see how big it is?
Yeah.
What if I told you we're not actually in Psycore right now?
No.
We're not even on the material plane.
That is.
You stepped through that door and entered my domain. Another dimension.
That very handy.
Quite. Got a lot of shit to put in here.
Barius just keeps looking around the room, looking slightly confused.
Barius, with your eyes, you do notice the top part of the ceiling where the wall meets the ceiling. There is very faintly the slightest hint of arcane scrolling and glyph work that wraps around the entire room.
Barius just asks him about the glyph work. What's with? I noticed that there's glyph work towards the ceiling in the corners.
Will that be the enchantment? Gotta have it somewhere.
Yes, of course.
Any more
Well-
business, or is it time for me to take a power nap?
Har thanks Archon for answer question.
Just thank you very much for your time.
Anytime.
Well, if you need a power nap, I can help with that.
I get it, because you're an automaton.
Well, no, more is if you have trouble sleeping, I can wave my magic little fingers here and put you out for about a minute.
Oh no, I sleep plenty.
Fair enough.
And Har is going to is hearing this conversation happen, is going to look to Sergeant, wave him. Alright, Har go reception. Har thinking by membership.
Well, whenever you're ready, feel free. It's not necessarily beneficial to everybody, but if you're planning on owning a ship or you want to buy at the docks, get some rarer items that you don't really find in a farmer's market, it's a good one to get.
Say we investigate that place as soon as we can. Who knows, maybe I'll find something worth buying around here.
I also think maybe set up document.
Can I ask you something before you leave?
Eh?
That fellow that was poisoned earlier. Did you
What
see
about him?
anybody sitting with him?
Oh, of course it did. Got a good look of him too.
What do he look
I
like?
believe. Well, it was a very tall, elvish man named Dominic or something, wearing very rich clothes.
You don't say.
I don't suppose you know the guy?
Give or take, maybe. Would you be talking about, oh, what's his name? Dominic Tashinger? Elvish, high class, rude.
Yep, that be the one. Rude for sure.
Bit of coward, really. Yeah, he's,
Oh, I determined he was a coward. He had 2 guards with him the whole time and didn't even notice till he decided to leave.
Cowardice comes with wealth, I'm afraid. Yeah, he's a sort of agent of the guild, if you will. He works around quite a
Corrupt
bit.
one, from what I can tell.
Makes a lot of money off of it. Got a whole estate from it, even. Not that his family wasn't wealthy as hell before he came here. Why he'd even come to a place like this. Left a mom for this place. Can you imagine?
Can't say I've ever heard of the place. I reckon you got some bad blood with this feller.
No. Just find him a little off. And it seems whenever he likes to visit somebody at a tavern, they die. At least when we hear about it.
That good to know.
I'm sure you saw his estate on the way here. Nice big wall, fancy building, guarded by the seer.
Hard notice, big building, spiky fence.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
that's
took
him.
note of that on the way in.
Yeah, it's him, alright.
Well, boys, now we know exactly where to find this guy. And now we
Arr.
know who stole from our employer.
I wonder what's up. What happened? Late. I try a busy, and Fox probably in building.
One of you in the group make a persuasion check.
Persuasion check.
I can. I have a +4.
Okay.
I'll do it. I have a +4 in persuasion.
Yeah, my persuasion's not that good.
Oh fuck! Even with the 4, that's not gonna help. Never mind. I don't want to do the persuasion check.
You rolled already.
I rolled a 3.
So you got a 7.
I got 7 total.
7. Okay. Continue.
I think we should gather more information, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Also get document fixed.
But like a chocolate milk. Chocolate milkshake.
Where are you guys off to then?
Har will turn to Sergeant and be like,
I'm just going where Har goes. I don't care where I'm going. Har is like the only. My objective is to protect this small, tiny, cute bastard. I went from hating
other
kobolds
people
to
can
I
give
must give
ideas
life.
where to go to. Hard just has his own ideas of where to go. There's other places to go too.
Try to investigate that estate now that we know who it belongs to. But we need a good way to get in and possibly look around.
I'll disguise as one of the guards. Lock the doors and burn the place down.
And turn the lights down low.
Better close the door and turn them lights down low.
I thought doing disguises doesn't replicate the badge or
It does
whatever.
not.
It does not.
No.
We can buy the badge. It
Yeah.
should be 5 gold, but it is an
The bot
option.
badge, of course, is different than like her badge as well.
Yeah, it is like a newbie recruits, I would assume, or members.
We could cast sleep and go steal her badge for free, though.
That's one. Okay, well, I'm going. Har's going. Har's gonna wave to start your wave bird, and good day, Sergeant. Har, go take care of things.
Have a good one, Har, and don't get run over by any carts, please.
Har, try. And
Trust
Har,
me, he's gonna be riding on my shoulders. He'll be a-okay.
Unless you get hit by a cart.
Well, yes, then Har will be flying, and hopefully one of these other ones catch him.
Don't worry, sir. I'll look out. I'll look out after these two. No one's gonna get run down by carts today.
Damn, I guess I'll be
knock over 240
staying right
pounds
here
of
on my
metal.
score streak then.
upon exiting the building, Har is immediately run over by a runaway
No.
cart.
No.
You turn and see Har's gone, and then you just hear, "Poof." Right?
Oh no.
The Mario Kart sounds.
Oh, I hear that in my head.
Oh,
now.
it's just like, hello!
Just
Har-
the blue
Har's-
shell collision
Yeah,
sound.
yeah. Har steps out and immediately gets blue shelled.
Har upon exiting is like, Har want join them, but not sure on cost of document. Har think take care of document. Not want to run into issue later.
Sounds like a good idea.
And Har thinks, and he's trying to remember the name of the organization that the is it Suda, I think specifically.
Suta,
He
yeah.
thinks of the Suda Guild, the Psychor United Travelers Association, and is going to keep an eye out for that symbol.
Okay. You locate the iconic oceanic bird flying over kind of peasant land on their elegant banner. The inside of their guild hall is like immediately a desk with like 3 people. They're all old with like the glasses that have the beads that go down behind the eye. And this lady looks up and she's like, "Can I help you?"
Hi, Har and others wish to get document.
"What kind of document? Don't waste my time."
Har need for told it need for travel.
Are you looking for the CITL?
Yeah,
Cross Imperial
that sound
Transportation License?
familiar. Yeah,
Alrighty, well that's gonna cost you... Let's see. Do you have a membership?
with Suta.
Yeah. Who else?
No.
Would you like to start a membership?
How much for license or membership?
100 a year for the membership. but you'll get 10% off on the license, which is 100.
Ah,
But if you have the membership, you get 25% off all patron businesses, including the Ogre's Respite,
ah,
and 10% off all cartography.
that could know. Thank you for tell Har. Har, keep in mind for future.
You're not
And-
getting any CITLs.
Not today. Not. Can't afford.
Well, scram then.
And then Har is just going to walk out the building.
As the door closes behind you, you just hear, "Children these days."
There's various thing behind to get stuff.
Or I was gonna ask, does Barrios have his papers or not?
No,
'Cause I
you
know
only
they
made it in
entered-
out of a medical emergency.
Right. Okay.
I'm guessing none of us have our papers, and we're all just
Oh, yeah,
we're
nobody
just
does.
floating around.
Some of you washed ashore, and most of you stowed away on a ship and illegally entered.
So,
Yeah.
so 100 what though? Platinum
Gold.
pieces, gold,
Bastions.
bastions. And how much
Bastion.
was a bastion again? I can't remember.
It's a gold piece.
It's a bit out of our price range right now.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I have a +5 to intimidation.
I don't think you can
You gonna
buy.
go and intimidate the old lady to give you your papers?
How many times are we
It's
gonna
like
teach you
walking
this?
in
Old...
to get your driver's license, and you're like, "If you don't give it to me, I'm gonna hurt you."
I'm gonna run you over if you don't give me.
Just
this
walk up to
driver's
the
license.
person at, like behind the
Yeah.
counter at the DMV and just, if you don't give me this license right now, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
I'm gonna shove this rapier so far down your throat it'll stick outside your ass, and then your grandkids will feel it.
What happens when she's a monk and she says, "I'd like to see you try"?
She's...
You never know. It's
Everybody was
D&D.
kung fu
It's
fighting.
D&D has it. Literally, you can see someone be like, they're not threatening, and then they're like fucking buff as shit, or a spellcaster. You never know.
I kind of want to go to that dock. Oh shit! You know what? We have. No, I did mark it. I did leave a mark in the stolen plat. Shit.
You sure did.
I wonder if we can sell it as like scrap metal to that friendo Har made. What was his name? The blob shapeshifter dude.
Burk.
Har's just happy to have metal to craft something with.
Blarg. I don't know. It was Blarg, right?
Burk.
That didn't come through.
No, my mic is cutting out so bad. Can you hear me?
I don't remember the dude's name.
Fucking Discord. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Discord.
Har is going to. He's outside the building. Har is currently outside of the
What the
building.
hell? There it goes. Can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you.
Jesus
Yes, we can hear you.
Christ.
Oh no, what's been happening? What have we missed?
Oh, I've been trying to get my Discord to work. It just decided, nope, you don't get to talk now.
Oh
no.
no.
Oh no.
His name is Burke.
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 Berg. Berg.
Dragons come from Burke.
Burke.
So Har is sitting on the outside of the building. Has anyone followed him, or is there still some people inside?
I'm always following you if I do not say anything.
I follow her out of the building as well.
I'm gonna guess Wartor is also outside there as well.
Yes.
Burke.
So Har just kind of sits outside of the Suda building, contemplating on what they should do. Maybe
Maybe my mic will fucking work.
It is working. That is good news. Mike is
Yeah, it's
DM's
working.
mic is working. Arguably the most important part of the stream. DM mic, very, very valuable. But
Yeah, I rolled the 3,000 on my hit attack and just killed a BBEG.
what the hell die did you roll for that?
My ass.
God damn it! Of course you pulled it out of there. All right, so
Yeah,
Har
like-
is going. Har is going to sit there and contemplate for a moment.
I'm just gonna sit next to Har and just give Har some gentle little head pats while he thinks slowly.
We all just get
Seer.
YouTuber models of our characters.
Seer Guild. Something not right. But
Their
Lock-
guild is corrupted.
lock inside building. Seer Guild like artifact. And he's sitting there thinking a bit. And Har thinks of an idea. What if Seer Guild Dominic Tashburn want amulet? What if we give amulet?
That may work.
Hooded man drop amulet. Fake amulet. Maybe Har make his own. And he takes out and he looks at the bag of the mysterious metal that he's not quite sure of is comprised of, and may consider is maybe perhaps making his own version of
Har-
the amulet.
Make a wisdom
And-
saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Okay, let's see. Wisdom saving throw. All right, D20. Uh, 5, 12.
12. Okay. So you look at the amulet in the metal, and then you feel your hand burn. That black wound that you have. Mark, wound, scar, whatever it is. And you see in your mind a piece of parchment with a recipe on it. The recipe to make this amulet. You get the idea that it might be one of the pages of the codex that you're in search of.
Har sees this and is very intrigued, but also very skeptical because of the nature in which he got this mark on his hand. It feels different than what he's used to.
To be clear, normally when it is the lady communicating with you, it does not burn.
Oh, so it's burning. So the difference is it's burning this time.
It hurts. That spot hurts when you receive this vision.
Oh, it hurts. So like that thing hurt. And I see. Okay, so this is different. Hmm. Har thinks know how to make. And when he sees the page, does he like clearly see what is needed to make it, or
No.
is
But he
It's just kind
does come to the understanding that it is a page of the Codex.
in that?
So whoever is replicating these has somehow acquired one of the pages of the Codex. And you know that the pages of the Codex are used to create very powerful magical things that were created by Psychor under the inspiration of Morgan. If you remember, the Codex was entirely created by Psychor after Morgan was giving him visions of creations.
Har looks to after seeing that. Is he still kind of seeing this, or is he kind of snapped back to
You've
being able to
snapped back.
snap back? Har not sure what to do, but Har can make amulet or tried,
Make a
and
make a history or religion check, your choice. Disadvantage.
history or religion. Okay, because Har doesn't exactly know what this thing is.
It's actually about something else.
Okay, history or religion. Let's see, religion's +1. History is. Where's history? +3. I guess I'll do history.
Can I assist with that?
You and you alone could assist to make it a flat
19.
Okay.
Because it does have disadvantage, but if you assist, you can make it a flat roll.
I will want to assist and make it a flat roll.
19?
Oh wait, no, you said disadvantage. I have
You
to roll
don't,
really, did I?
because Zoltar is aiding you.
Oh, so no disadvantage?
Yeah, it became a
Heck
flat roll.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love Har so much. We need to get art of the boy.
Har, people often underestimate your mental prowess and ability, but you know a thing or two. And when you're thinking about the Codex in the pages, you realize something. Psychor is the inventor of Warforged on Shan Shalai. And Psychor likely had the secrets to the Warforged in his codex. So there is someone in your party right now that is likely a direct creation of Psychor the Scholar, inspired by Morgan the God.
Har like looks at Zoltar upon this coming to this revelation, and is just
You
like,
alright there, little buddy?
Har realize Psychor, inventor Warforge.
Doing though.
And Har
Doing though. Me now?
Har not entirely sure, but secrets of Psychor have to do Warforge creation.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Zoltar not having any remembrance of his creator, just kind of is confused.
Yeah, also, to be clear,
also-
for stream to get this information, what we're referring to as the Codex is the Codex of Psychus, which, as Har might educate us, is 100 scriptures created by Psychor the Scholar, one of the ancient seven heroes, who was inspired by Morgan through dreams.
There's a lot for Har to learn.
You mind filling me in about what is going on in your mind?
Har, think of craft amulet and filled with thoughts on creation of codec. What is hard? I'm trying to remember like what hard refers to it as. Like I'm trying to like find a way to put this together properly.
The Codex or your god?
The codec. Like explain what Har has seen to Zoltar.
All that Har knows is that the Codex is a thing, and it is the recipes basically of your god, and that it created powerful things, and that you believe that you are supposed to be in search of it. Or at least you are in search of it for a certain purpose that you and I both know.
Yes. Har just have a lot of thoughts, but Har think Seer Guild need be investigate, but not entire sure. Har maybe crafts try and get attention with craft amulet.
Craft mac and cheese, now in amulets.
Craft mac and amulets.
Oh god.
I mean, with how many different shapes of mac and cheese there are, it wouldn't be too surprising to have amulet shaped ones. In fact, it's probably been done without my knowledge. Very likely. But
Yep, it has been done.
goddamn, you
I
already
am on Google.
Thank you, internet. Our idea of get attention of Seer with own amulet, but hard not sure. Good idea. Various Wartar's altar. Any thought?
Any thought at all? Just
Yeah,
one?
just a singular thought.
And Har is thinking about what they could be doing, and
Well,
they should proceed.
isn't it about time we go in and check on Mother Teraya? Or Teresa? I don't remember her name.
Mother Teresa.
Mother Teraya. It is Teraya.
It is in fact Teraya.
You're gonna
Mother
go check on Mother
Teresa.
Teresa?
The
How are you gonna check on Mother Teresa? Just choose to fall over dead?
That was like hours ago, though.
Just inflict maximum HP damage, instantly die, then see Mother Teresa.
It's the only way to see her.
I say we go kill Mother. No, I'm kidding.
Nah.
Mother Teresa. Is that where you're headed?
I mean,
Mother
it's been a
Teresa.
while.
Do be busy.
With a body.
With the body.
It doesn't take like 8 years to dig a body and put it in a hole.
It is when you don't have much money to,
Well,
to
if
work
you're
with.
embalming
fair
the
enough.
body.
I guess we can go down to the docks and inspect that warehouse.
Yeah, and to be clear, in case anything was misspoken, the warehouse is not in the docks, and it is not under
At the
Sarakin's
docks.
control. It is nearby the docks.
Okay.
Yes, he said it was by his docks. He owns the docks, that's it. He doesn't
Oh,
control the
I thought it was
warehouse.
a warehouse on the docks that he happened to own.
No, he owns the docks. The warehouse is just by the docks.
Fair enough.
He's just.
I thought it was
he's
one of
just
those joint
adjacent.
warehouses where it's like, hey, thank you for coming into port. Here's like an immediate storage facility that
Oh,
that I don't
absolutely
own, that you
Um,
have to pay tax for because you're at my dock.
He actually, his guild does not manage property. They're not allowed
Fair
to. Who manages property is, I want to make sure I have the right one. Let me see. Okay, so the Parisian Traders Guild.
SLMA.
The Parisian Traders Guild owns the Parisian Plaza, so anyone that is selling anything there, owns anything there, they have to go through Parisian Traders Guild. But the Sycor Land Management Association manages property ownership, and warehouse ownership is included in that. Though it could also fall under the SUTA, depending on how they fucked with the paperwork, as they are corrupt and might have committed fraud.
Hooray, corruption, everyone's favorite.
So you guys headed to the warehouse then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well give it a look, right?
Okay.
Give warehouse a look.
There is, of course, also the estate, which is definitely far closer, but...
What am I supposed to do? Just like have Snapple and Berserker distract the guards while I throw Har up onto the roof and let him sneak into a
Well,
window?
to be fair, you haven't really observed the property. I love that Max isn't saying anything, but Max has their camera on and I can see them making throwing motions. $10, says Max falls asleep before session is over. No, I'm just kidding. You guys make your way for the warehouse then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's give the warehouse a look.
Okay. You head across the city looking for this warehouse. And you're not exactly sure what to find until you do see a door that has the emblem of the Seer Guild with a red star on it painted across it. And it does take you a couple of hours of searching, as it is deep within the kind of warehouses and back alley kind of scummy areas. As you guys spot it from a distance and are kind of approaching, Zoltar,
Yo.
make a perception check.
Okay. Whoever played that Twitch sound, I hate you.
That
Oh
had to be bad
god,
luck,
that
and
was so
sound it
perfectly
is.
timed.
Oof.
What was it?
It was a Roblox oof just as
I
soon
know
as
it's
I
a
saw the
Roblox
number
oof.
3.
Beautiful.
7 total.
Ow.
Actually, I will say, Har, with your perception, you can also make this perception check.
Oh, okay. Rolling a d20.
You fucked up my plan. Thank you for rolling terribly. Someone else do the roll.
Also, I don't know if you have guidance, but don't forget to use guidance if you have
I
guidance.
do not have guidance.
Chaos
That is a
Gremlin.
That is a cantrip I do not have.
Most powerful cleric cantrip.
Let's see. What roll was it again?
Perception.
Perception, 11.
God damn you guys.
I rolled a 6, I'm sorry. I invested in perception, but I rolled a 6.
Boy.
Well, you know what? I'll just roll a stealth check and see how it works against it.
Roll a stealth check, alright.
Oh
Alright.
boy.
So we roll a stealth check, or you roll a stealth check?
Okay. You notice something funky. But you don't, really. You...
Guys, this archer in the tree with a poison-tipped arrow doesn't look
Alright,
suspicious
just
at all.
a crossbow bolt out of nowhere into Har. Har dies. It's
No,
explosive.
no.
You're all dead.
No party campaign over.
A giant just grabs
You know
a
what?
tree ant and throws it in the...
Barius.
Yeah.
You notice this. Slightly. With your bird vision. And can probably point it out to the party. There is a person that walks into the warehouse. This person is the Schwart dwarven man that was at the seer stall at the docks. The one that had kind of told Har a little bit about the seer guild and where to find them. If you remember. The one that had the massive cart of, like, spell components and stuff. The
Yeah.
greasy
I
black hair and
remember
everything.
that.
The very
Only-
stout one.
I remember that guy.
So he walks in, and the door kind of swings closed for a second, and swings open because he just kind of threw it open and walked through. And when it swings open, there's only one person kind of standing where they were walking in, but it's somebody else. It's a elven-ish person, not Damonic, but tall, sort of gray-skinned, long elvish ears, brown coat, brown hat, brown cane. As if they just changed places, magically almost. And I want the entire party to make a stealth check.
Okay.
Okay.
D20, correct?
Correct.
Stealth check. Come on, disadvantage. Here we go.
Wait, with disadvantage?
No, that's me. That's me because
Oh,
of
okay.
I naturally have disadvantage on stealth checks.
From Armar.
Barius
I
got
have
this.
a total 17.
Barius gets 17 as well.
10.
Wow, I actually rolled extremely well. What's my stealth modifier? 18.
I got a natural 20.
Oh damn. Everyone rolled well.
You don't want the DM to roll well, we're screwed.
Everyone rolled well.
You wonder how the-
I'm
None
not
of
wrong.
You guys did not roll a high enough average, though. You did do very well, all of you. But as you're walking, you see this. You're
Are we in a place
stepping,
we're not supposed to be or something?
and you watch the person you watched walk into the sewer warehouse. Kind of, they disappear around the corner, and then you just see long gray fingers hold the door as it's about to close, and open it and look at you. And you can see that sort of gray skin, fey, elven face push the door open and look right at all of you.
Oh boy.
And the other hand with these like near foot long fingers that end in long nails peers out, waves,
Harway's back.
and this massive smile that goes from ear to ear spreads out across its face. With these tiny black beady eyes. Before it slips back inside the building and the door closes.
Oh boy, I do not like that.
And that is where we'll end the session.
Okay.
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 Perfect.
What could that be?
Totally not creepy at all.
I like Har just waving back.
You know what? It's gonna.
You might as well wave back to the.
The entire party just playfully waves back at him.
I wanted to wave back. You know what? Zoltar waves back as well, awkwardly, and kind of just shrugs mid wave.
By the
Har
way,
has
like
seen
a, do I know you?
Har's
Hi.
seen a bunch of stuff he can't describe. He doesn't know if this is normal or not.
to crouch down,
R is just baby.
to crouch
No.
down in the way it was to look back through the door, it was completely bent over. It must be at least 9 feet tall. Just to be completely clear.
Alrighty.
I was. Was that like a natural stealth check? I didn't know we were stealthing too. I thought we were just like, oh, let's just go to the warehouse.
I was rolling to see
Yeah.
if it was gonna see you or not, because technically the
Oh,
warehouse
okay.
is private property.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
As
thought it was just
warehouses
next
are,
to
they're
it.
not public property. This is a guild-owned place where they store their things. It is
Are we-
likely guarded.
Are we just about to break into an Amazon warehouse?
Yes,
Yeah, essentially.
essentially,
Oh, okay.
except they have knives instead of.
So does Amazon.
Yeah, they
Well-
have knives. I have a rapier. Let's go.
I didn't know we were. I wanted to look at the warehouse. I didn't know we were going into the
Yeah,
warehouse.
you're looking at
already.
it. You're not going into it necessarily right now. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
if you're prying into it with your eyes, somebody noticed.
Oh, okay. This is fine.
Wow,
Anyways, for those of
great,
you in
Max,
my
you have a
stream,
knife.
I am gonna
Go
go raid
kill the
Kajiru.
elf
Hope you all have
man.
a wonderful day.
Oh god, Bax has a knife.
Well, stream, thank you all so much for hanging out for episode 2 today, Rock Candy and Espionage. We'll see you all
Hooray.
next Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for episode 3, which was, what did Kaz say? The Psychor Syndicate?
Something like
I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
That being the whole
Core
time.
Syndicate.
But I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you then.
GG, y'all.
Until then, have a great
Bye.
night, and bye-bye!